Okay. Okay, we should be live. Do a test real quick. See, did it go up? Hey, Joey. I think, I'm not muted, am I? No, I shouldn't be. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. And then subscribe to the channel. Some of these, they subscribed like a few days ago, but they weren't live. I wasn't live when these were. They're just kind of like queued up. Final Fantasy 16 is here, the full game. I think we're good. Let's see. This is, like I said in multiple previous streams, this is my most anticipated game of the year. And the reviews for this game are very positive. Very positive, which is a good thing. And, it's, so far, I've been playing quite a bit of this, and it is very good. Let me tell you, it is probably the best game that I have played so far this year. By far. By a wide margin. A lot of people are saying that contenders for Game of the Year now are different. It's like, it's between this game, and the Zelda game that came out on the Switch. It's weird. The console exclusive games are like actually the best ones that came out this year. I don't want to go to the world map. Do I want to go to the world map? No. But man, this game's really good. I don't know what else to say. Like, it's good. Yeah, this game, you guys, so, out of all the games that I've been playing this year, that have come out this year, this is one that has top priority now, and I will actually play this one to completion. I will play this to completion, and I'm probably going to play a lot of post-game content as well. I might even play it on the, like, when you complete the game, once you clear the entire game, you unlock Final Fantasy difficulty, which is supposed to be like a hard mode, or like a higher difficulty level. And, I intend to go through that. So, there's going to be a lot of content regarding this game on the channel in the next several days. I will probably do an unboxing of the deluxe edition, the actual physical, not collector's edition, because I wasn't able to get one of those, but the deluxe edition, which I have here with me. I might just kind of show that there. So I picked this up from Best Buy earlier today. So it comes with a full size, I haven't opened it, so I will do an unboxing of the deluxe edition. There is a full cloth map of the world map in here, as well as like a steel collector's case. So that's really cool. Usually I don't really buy a lot of physical games anymore. If I do, it's just for collection. So I have the physical copy here with the disc sealed inside this box, but as you can see, I'm playing the game because I also have the digital version of the game. So I'm playing the digital version, but I do have the physical version as well. But I only ever buy the physical version of a game just as a collector's item. It's usually like a collector's edition or a limited edition or a deluxe edition, some kind of rare. You know, it'll have some pretty good resale value long term. I don't think the deluxe edition in particular will probably have great resale value, but the cloth map that's inside that box will probably fetch a really good price long term on like eBay or something. Who knows? I could be wrong. But I think there's only going to be a limited run of those. We're going through the Deadlands right now. You like the look of the game? Yeah, the game's good. Let me... Here, I don't know how the game audio is coming through on the stream. I don't want it to be super loud. Uh-oh.
What happened here?
Imperials.
If the game audio is too loud, let me know.
We've got a live one. What are you doing here? Answer me. Remember our orders. No survivors.
Wait, this is Imperial Legionnaire. So this is the Holy Empire of Sombrek. Those who like games that have lots of factions.
It's over.
All right, let's do Limit Break. Let's test. I just unlocked Limit Break earlier before the stream.
Too slow.
I like how I can hold down fire, the projectile, and it will turn into Fyra, the stronger one.
Stay down.
You're very impressed with the B650 Tai Chi? I was thinking of getting either the B650 Tai Chi or the X670E Steel Legend for a Linux box. So that might be my next motherboard actually, for like a Linux test system, if I do go AM5.
Thought you could escape us, did you, Branded?
So if you guys like games, see, I like this. So I look kind of translucent because the filter on there, but I like how they have the little 8-bit characters.
You were born a slave, and you'll die one.
Doesn't Steel Legend have VRM? Not that I know of. I don't really think it matters though for what I'm going to be running. It's going to be a 7700X or 78X3. Well, I don't think I'm going to get another CPU until like Zen 5. Man, the new moves! I unlocked the Ifrit moves, or the Ifrit moves.
Kill all the ducal dogs! Ducal dogs? Hey, we're innocent people!
I like how he's got the Nero arm from Devil May Cry when he uses the Garuda stuff. I like that rush down. He just like fire flame charges that guy.
Stay down.
For the extra $90, the Tai Chi's much better. Built-in onboard controls. Man, you can use this move to close distance or create distance.
That's enough.
Precision dodge times 3.
Stay down.
Yeah, I don't know if the... See, the VRM typically is never really a problem unless you're trying to do some kind of world record overclocking. But even then, the Zen 5 CPUs or the Zen 4 CPUs don't really use enough electricity for the VRM to really be a problem. Is there still an enemy around?
All must burn. The bearers and those who sheltered them. By Empress Annabella's command.
The master was discontinued for what reason? Oh, for the VRM thing?
Clive,
It's probably gonna come back as a different revision. What they're probably gonna do is they're probably gonna release a new revision of it. Okay, I just ate a lot of damage there. Ouch. Okay, I need to pay attention. Oh, he's a double. She cast something on me. I don't know what she cast. Alright, let's limit break. Let's limit break him. I like how the wolf, Torgal's so awesome. He's a dog that can actually cast magic. There's a lot of throwbacks to some of the older Final Fantasy games. See, a lot of the newer games, they seem to lack the classic Final Fantasy look, but they're still Final Fantasy in a lot of subtle ways. Where's the car? You mean the chocobo? Wait, so we went... Oh...
I'm sorry, Lady Hannah. You deserved so much better. All of these people did. Better than my mother.
I still don't understand.
We're too late. Gav. Clive.
Oh, now they arrive. Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be cars in this game.
The orders of the Duchess, eh? We knew Eastpool was harbouring bearers. Thought they were safe enough hidden up here, but someone must have let slip. If they'd have only come to us sooner, none of this would have had to happen. Fuck!
My mother always did despise bearers. The way Father embraced them.
I think
spat on them as slaves.
some of the dialogue in the game is probably gonna get me
Power
demonetized.
that others lacked.
But why kill everyone? They meant no harm. They just wanted to be free.
This world judges that a crime punishable by death. Which is why we're going to change it. Gav, we want to help.
Where's the chariots?
Thought you'd got your own stuff to be getting on with.
I don't think this is the Roman Empire time frame
You can
either.
wait.
In that case, we should head back and tell Sid you've had a change of heart. He was always on it yet to join us.
All right.
And we'd best be quick. Last I heard, he was planning another excursion.
What about the villagers?
Aye. Can I leave yous lot to take care of things here?
So I'm surprised Sid sent them up
Make sure
here.
they get a proper burial. Thank you. All of you.
When you're ready, then.
I don't understand why the Imperials like came to this village and basically slaughtered all of its people.
Now, rats, lead me to your nest. Lord Kupka has a message for your leader. If only he knew where to send it.
Oh, some new guy shows up. Okay, we need to go back to the hideaway. See, okay, what I'll say about this game, if you guys like games that have lots of factions that are all kind of like warring states or warring kingdoms, tribes, that sort of thing. So this game actually has like its own built-in wiki, which is pretty interesting because I don't think there's any other game that I've played that I can think of. Maybe Final Fantasy 13 with the data log. But this one, the way it's written is actually really good. It's like reading a wiki page without having to go to the wiki. It's like having it built into the game. That's really cool. But I like how they did the world map. So you can see, like, we've got one kingdom over here. We got Rosaria down here with the fire crystal. We have some island nation to the west called the Iron Blood, which is very much like Game of Thrones, because if I remember correctly, Game of Thrones had a island nation to the west of the continent that also had iron in the name, if I remember correctly, because this game has a nation called the Iron Blood, or the Iron Kingdom is what they call it, but they always refer to them as the Iron Blood. So they're out here. We have seen a little bit of them. They actually like came in and tried to overthrow the kingdom of Rosaria. I don't think they were successful, because the Holy Empire of Sabrik, the one up here, these guys basically took over. It's a huge thing. If you guys saw me play the demo shows a little bit of that. But the game is full of like betrayal, different political factions, kingdoms, empires fighting with each other, backstabbing each other, that kind of stuff. Very Game of Thrones, heavy on the political side. So if you like that kind of stuff, the story, the lore, the world building in this game is excellent. So I guess they don't want me to fast travel to the other places, so I really have to go here. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's another planet or another dimension or the moon or something ends up being a part of this game. Because Final Fantasy, typically Final Fantasy games always have another planet or another world that you get to visit later in the game. I can't think of a game, maybe Final Fantasy VII didn't have another world. It's either another world, or the moon. Because Final Fantasy VIII had the moon, 14 had another world and the moon, 10 had the past and the future, and then 13 had the whole like time travel stuff too. So kind of like Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross. Oh wait, are there new like upgrades and stuff for me?
And what do you want?
But the format of the game, like the camera angles when you talk to NPCs, it reminds me very heavily of The Witcher 3. It feels very much like Witcher 3 in that regard. So I think I currently have the best gear. Yeah.
Oh,
Clive, was it?
Can I upgrade my gear?
Well, what do you want?
But yeah, Joey, you were saying that the B650E Tai Chi was really good. I know it has the postcode debug.
Fine.
The one thing about the Tai Chi, the B650 one, I don't know if it will fit the
Wanted to send a message.
the air cooler on it. I think you have to go liquid
did you
cooling.
have to go so far?
The X670E doesn't have a problem with fitting like a Noctua.
You tell Sid what you told me. We can hammer out the details once that's done.
There's a commotion in the main hall.
Don't mind me. Just taking a quick.
Oh, where's that one guy that was sick?
We're low on gig and total oil.
Oh no, never mind. That was the guy who we met earlier.
We can keep running. Or we can walk through this door.
4090 blocks the PCI 2 slot. Well, no. What about the CPU though? Like, I'm more concerned about the CPU not being able to fit a giant air cooler because the air cooler will obstruct the top GPU slot. The X16 slot might get obstructed. That's only my concern with the B650E Tai Chi.
This place is getting more crowded by the day.
I tell myself the bustle's a blessing. There'll be time enough for quiet contemplation when I'm dead. So, did you find the answers you were looking for?
I still don't know what to make of this gift, curse, or whatever it is I've been given. But there is one thing I can say for certain. I am a dominant, Ifrit. And there is nothing I can do to change that. It is a burden I must bear until my dying day.
You have a big air cooler?
Spoken true. Forgiveness and in turn salvation can only begin with acceptance. It's a path we all must walk, no matter how colourful our histories.
Sid, you once told me that you wanted to build a place where people could die on their own terms.
I did.
I've been thinking about that. Why not a place where people can live on their own terms? For 13 years, killing was all I knew. So obsessed with death that I never stopped to consider the lives of those around me. Lives that I see now were scarcely worth living. Be they bearers or beggars, most march blindly to their end, never realizing that they too deserve a choice. And I dare not turn a blind eye to their suffering any longer.
So, atonement then, is it?
That was the answer we found.
The only one we need.
I'll be expecting you both to pull your weight.
And we will.
Well then, with a sprinkle of fire and ice, this plan of mine might just work.
That was like some kind of weird job interview.
What trouble are you looking to get yourself into now?
The best kind. We're going to sneak into the Imperial capital and pay a visit to Mother.
Wait, what? Wait, what? Sid's mom is the queen of the Empire? They picked the perfect voice actor for Sid in this game. Oh man,
And the last of our farmholds in the eastern provinces has succumbed to the blight.
Without their yield, we will be hard-pressed to fill the capital's granaries before winter.
If there is a capital by then, the black creeps closer as we speak.
And yet you do naught but bawl and bluster.
Your Radiance?
If it is fertile land the Empire requires, we need but look south.
They want to go south?
If you mean the crystalline
Hey, Marcelo.
holdings, we are bound by mutual accord. Theirs is a neutral state whose borders we are sworn to respect.
Gentlemen, did we swear to see our people starve?
Well, I really do think that...
They're all what? Start arguing.
The gates of Oriflamme buckle at the flood of those come seeking refuge from the blight. If there is not grain enough to feed those within our walls, how, pray tell, will we feed those without? But instead of setting your minds to riddles such as these, you lock horns with an enemy from across the sea, sending our soldiers to the slaughter in their thousands. The Empire bleeds, and you sit here prattling like crones in a tea house. And you fancy yourselves leaders of men.
What is up with the way they talk?
Citizens. We are but their servants. If their land is being wrested away, it is our duty to claim new lands for them.
Your Radiance! You cannot mean a war of conquest.
That is exactly what I mean. It is time we expanded our dominion. This is the will of great Grieger.
Facepalm! Facepalm!
There will be uproar. Then we must find a way to distract the citizenry. But how much will that cost? And what of our legions? Shall we raise the furs?
Well, someone will have to contend with the Dalmex.
I will not keep you. You all have much to do.
From what I gather, the Empire is probably the largest nation. These guys are the largest nation.
Where is my son?
The Lord Prince is currently garrisoned at the Strait of Orther. If it please you, I can send word requesting his immediate return to the Holy Capital.
That won't be necessary. Tell him instead to see to his wounds. Bahamut's strength will be needed again soon.
As you command.
I must have misheard. You mean to tell me that the mother crystals are the reason the world is dying? Are you mad?
I have been called that on occasion, but no, not today. We've all seen it firsthand. Empty wastes where once were green meadows. Land drained so dry of its ether, not even the rats remained. But where was it all going? I spent years searching for an answer, until I saw it standing right in front of me. There, in the self-same crystals we look to for their so-called blessing.
Dark Rock Pro 4?
Alright, listen. Take this crystal. How does it allow us to conjure magics? Answer, by drawing ambient ether from the air. And where do these crystals come from?
That's easy. They're mined from the mother crystals.
They're one and the same. Although admittedly this here fits more easily in the pocket.
But the mother crystals are massive. Some as large as mountains.
So you see the problem. Imagine just how much ether can be drawn by something that size. As to where it's all going, mind, well, I can't know everything, can I?
We are taught that the mother crystals are divine. Their ether a gift from the heavens. For centuries, nations have fought and fallen for want of that gift. If what you say is true, how did no one else see it?
Who says they didn't? Maybe the truth was inconvenient.
Inconvenient to whom, exactly?
The higher-ups? The gods themselves?
So now you want to do something about the crystals. And what? We're not helping bearers and dominants anymore.
I didn't say that. I made a promise and I intend to keep it. But if we continue down this path, there's only one fate that awaits the realm. And we can't very well set our people free if they're all lying dead in a blighted ditch. Not if we want to create a place where they can live on their own terms anyway. Sort of defeats the purpose. So, if we have to bring the old world crashing down in order to build us a new one, what say you? Are you with me?
I suppose it's about time I repaid your faith.
You could have just said aye. But it's nice to have you aboard all the same.
So, Clive has rejoined Sid. Because...
What have I got myself into? I'm going to need more than a few potions for
So
this.
now he's like rediscovered his purpose again because he thought that he didn't have one. So I guess it's now helping Sid. So you've got the Be Quiet Dark Rock Pro 4. Yeah, that's... I kind of wondered about how easy it is to mount the Be Quiet coolers. I can't imagine they're as easy to mount as the Noctua ones. The Noctua ones seemed like they're the easiest ones. But yeah, like that's what I'm curious to know. Like, because if the Be Quiet can fit on the B650E Taichi without the need, or like without obstructing the graphics card, then that's fine. That's all I need to know.
If everything we were taught about the mother crystals was a lie, then what else might we have been deceived about?
I'll give you two a moment to sort out your kit. It's a long walk to Oriflamme, and I wouldn't want you keeling over on the way.
We're going to Oriflamme.
Don't mind me. Just taking a quick...
I heard Otto barking at his lot earlier.
Take a seat, Clive. I'll fetch you a bowl of...
Hold on, let me check with the guy who has the wiki.
This young had so many uses.
Tomes.
Have you come for a tale? Or perhaps...
The 1,000 Tomes. Harpocrates?
There is a rather fascinating excerpt I've been meaning to show you.
Oh, he's got some new stuff. The Continental Accord. So does this include all the nations on the continent, but does not include the one nation that's on the island? So the International Pact made the dawn of the present era. Okay. And the founder. Wait. Fear and uncertainty reigned in those early years following the sins of Dezemkes? Dezemkes? Dezemkes, I'm not sure how to say that. Not wanting to further incur the wrath of the heavens. See, so this game is starting to become more Final Fantasy the more I play it. Because there's a lot of people that kind of criticize this game. I guess a lot of people have said that this game doesn't feel like a Final Fantasy game. I don't think they played enough of it to make a really informed opinion, because the more I play this game, the more it actually feels like a Final Fantasy game. As the world starts opening up and you start figuring out, like, well, I'll give you guys an example.
What subject shall we consider today?
You notice how, as you run around the world, you start seeing like all these weird looking architectural ruins. So for example, the main hideaway, this hub area, is actually inside one of those ancient ruins. So these ancient ruins, they call them the Fallen Ruins. So there was like an ancient group of people that were known as they're called them the Fallen, but they're like the ancients in Final Fantasy VII, sort of. And I have a feeling that the Fallen are going to play a really big role in this game later on. Because that's what makes it Final Fantasy. Like, you got to have that mysterious, ancient race of humans that is extinct now, or whatever, or they're hidden or something, or they're on another planet, or they're on the moon, or who knows. That's usually how it goes. But the more I play this game, the more, like, I start getting that kind of vibe where I wouldn't be surprised if there's gonna be like another planet, or we're gonna go to the moon, or those sort of things. Because you do that in like every Final Fantasy game. Almost every Final Fantasy game. Except like 15, because 15 was kind of garbage. And then like this game compared to 15, so someone commented, I think Kevin commented, or someone said like, where's the car? Someone was asking where's the car earlier. Yeah, Kevin was asking like, where's the car? 15 had the car, and 15 is actually not that good. Like 15 definitely, at least in my memory of all the Final Fantasy games that I've played, 15 ranks kind of low on the totem pole. This game is immediately, like, just from playing the demo, I already knew that this game is better than 15. Like, just from the demo alone. And I'm like, what, 6 or 7 hours in? And yeah, it's definitely better than 15. Like, that opinion hasn't changed. So, in fact, I'm one of the rare people who thinks that 13 is actually better than 15. I enjoyed Final Fantasy 13 a lot more than Final Fantasy 15. So, I think the only ones that I don't really like are Final Fantasy 2 is probably my least favorite one. And then maybe 3 and 15. But all the other ones are really good. Like 7, 8, 9, like the PS1 classics. All 3 of those are really good. I never played Final Fantasy 11, which was the first MMO. That MMO is older than World of Warcraft by like a few years. But I never played it. I don't care. Apparently it's pretty good. It's still kind of around today. I don't know if there's like private servers or if it actually still has official servers. Maybe it does. But 10 is currently still my favorite. Although I don't know, I haven't finished this game yet. So I don't know if my opinion will change once I finish this game. But so far, Final Fantasy X is still my favorite one. 12 is really good. 14, the MMO, is very, very good. But it's an MMO, so it's hard to compare it to these games. Although 14 and this game share a lot of similarities in terms of the side quest design, the like the dungeon crawling exploration, that's very much like 14's format, where you literally run through a corridor and you collect treasures along the way and beat random monsters, then mini boss, final boss. It's structured a lot like 14, so I can definitely tell, playing this game, that the development team that made 14, Creative Business Unit 3, also made this game. Like, that was pretty obvious to me going into this game. So the side quest structure, the questing structure is very much like Final Fantasy 14. It's like, this is like a single player edition of 14 with a completely different story, way modern graphics. I wouldn't be surprised if 7.0, aka the next expansion for Final Fantasy 14, will feature a graphical update that will make it somewhat similar to 16, to this game, because it's the same team. No one really knows exactly what engine this game is using. This is definitely a Square Enix in-house engine. It's a proprietary engine. I don't know if it's built from the ground up. It doesn't really feel like it's built from the ground up. It feels a lot like, it feels kind of like 15 in some regards, like it's Luminous engine all over again, but it doesn't play or run like Forspoken. Forspoken is definitely 15's engine with a new coat of paint. This is probably more modern than that, although I don't know exactly what this is using. It feels and looks newer. The tessellation on this game is way better than 15. Just look at the geometry, like look at the wooden floors. One of the things that I recommend, like if someone is a graphics junkie, I know Met Prism, he's like the guy who really like seems to really want to like look at the graphics very keenly. Digital Foundry put out a really good video showcasing the technology in this game. They did mention that the high FPS mode is, they think that it's using FSR. I probably would agree with them. I don't know if they're going to update it to FSR2. It really does need FSR2 though, for the 60 FPS experience at 4K, because it's not able to hit 60 at 4K on the PS5. And FSR1 helps, but it's like, it doesn't look good. So that's the only thing. So yeah, but I'm actually playing it in the quality mode. So this is actually graphics quality mode is what I'm actually playing it in. And the FPS is doubled for you guys via the video output from the capture card. So we are getting a 60 FPS, although the game is actually rendering 30 and we're doing frame interpolation to 60 FPS to actually get that 60 FPS experience, so that all the viewers can watch this stream in 60 frames per second and enjoy the high quality image mode as opposed to the FSR 1.0 prefer frame rate mode or whatever, like the uncapped frame rate mode, because this game doesn't really hit 60 at all times. Most of the time during the battles it's 60 FPS. It is a solid 60 frames per second, like a fighting game, 60 FPS lock during combat. But all the cutscenes, all the voiced dialogue scenes, that's all 30 frames per second. And when you're running around, like right now, for instance, like running around in the world like this is somewhere between like 40, this is anywhere from 40 to 55 FPS, typically. You'd have to go back and watch that Digital Foundry video that they did to show the frame rate, but yeah, like 16, the only shortcoming of this game is the frame rate. It can't hit a solid 60 outside of combat. The developers decided to do 30 FPS for all the cutscenes. Japanese developers do that all the time for some reason. They want to go for that cinematic experience. I don't know why. That's what they do. I don't have a problem with 30 FPS in cutscenes because it doesn't really matter. In fact, you can actually see more detail per frame in an actual cutscene than you can in 60 FPS, because 60 FPS will give you a lot more motion blur because of like frame interpolation and FSR and all those kind of visual artifacts that show up at 60 FPS. So I don't have a problem with it being 30 FPS on the cutscenes. But the game, overall, the game runs really good. Like, it doesn't have any issues. It looks good. There's no bugs. It loads exceptionally fast. Like, literally, like, I can exit the game completely to the main to the main menu screen on the PS5. I can put the PS5 to sleep. Then I can wake the PS5 up, go into the game, and I'm in the game within like 20 seconds from waking up the console. That's how fast it is. You can't do that with a PC. Like, you can't wake up your PC, double click on the game, and have the whole start to finish from the time you wake up your PC to the time that you're in the game and running around like this. You can't do that within 20 seconds on the PC. So until we get some kind of advancements with direct storage or something, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is on that, but that's kind of interesting how you can do cool, like, super fast loads and stuff on the console. But see, this is the problem with Xbox. We talked about Xbox before, and I'm not trying to hate on Xbox, but Xbox really doesn't have any compelling exclusive games that can entice someone to actually buy an Xbox. You know, there are a lot of people that are going to buy a PlayStation 5 just to play Final Fantasy 16. Like, that's pretty much a no-brainer. The fact that there's actually a new PS5 bundle that bundles Final Fantasy 16 with the PS5, and it's already sold out everywhere. I know this because when I went to Best Buy to pick up the deluxe edition, like the physical copy, which I'm probably going to have to do an unboxing on this because I haven't actually opened this. But when I was at Best Buy picking up the physical copy of the deluxe edition, I asked them, you know, like, do you guys have any of the PS5 with the Final Fantasy 16 bundle in stock? And they said, nope, that sold out instantly this morning. Like, you couldn't even get one unless you pre-ordered one like 2 weeks ago, is what they told me. But they had some kind of like shipping delay, and they weren't able to fulfill all their orders today, which is kind of bad for people who like pre-ordered the deluxe edition and they really are only going to play the physical copy of the deluxe edition. So yeah, I would definitely be annoyed too if I pre-ordered and I was gonna play the physical copy of the game and I wouldn't be able to play until now because I don't have my physical copy. That'd be really annoying. So it's the same for people who pre-ordered off of Amazon. Like, I know people who pre-ordered this from Amazon and they're not getting the game until tomorrow. So I don't know. A lot of people are kind of bummed out about it being a PS5 exclusive. The reality of this is Square Enix stands to make more money by making it a timed exclusive. That sounds really weird. You would think that they would make more money if they basically made this multi-plat from the start. But the reality is they're actually going to make more money long-term over multiple quarters if they do a timed exclusive, like what they're actually doing. And that's the reason why the business model of timed exclusives actually works. I know a lot of people don't like it, but it's the reality that we live in. Because the way you can think about it is the idea behind Square Enix benefiting from a timed exclusive, because obviously Sony benefits. Sony stands to benefit the most initially. But, and this really hurts like Microsoft and all the other like distributors for the game. But the way you got to think about it is when they sell the initial wave to people who have it on PlayStation, the idea is Sony benefits in that they will push more console sales because there are a lot of people that are going to buy the bundle. There are a lot of people that are going to go out and buy a PS5 just for this one game. There's people that will do that. Then they're going to buy Spider-Man 2 later this year or whatever. You know, and then they can go and play. That puts them in the PlayStation ecosystem, so they have access to other stuff like Horizon Forbidden West, the PlayStation VR 2, etc., all this other stuff that you can't get anywhere else. So Sony stands to benefit from a big name title like this being an exclusive. Now, on the other end, Square Enix benefits because people are gonna buy the game like they did, like people like me who pre-ordered the game months ago. I got the digital deluxe edition. I even got the digital physical edition. So I technically bought 2 copies of the deluxe edition of the game. So there's people like that. So you got the hardcore people that are Final Fantasy fans. You got people like me that fall into that category. Then you have the extreme hardcore fans who are more extreme than me. They have the collector's edition with all the like figurines and all that other stuff. The physical soundtrack with the 8 CD soundtrack. It's like super long. All that stuff. PS5 exclusive. So they gotta have PS5 if they're gonna play the game. So Square Enix benefits because they've got a lot of the merchandise. They've got a lot of the marketing hype. They have their Final Fantasy fans. They're leveraging the Final Fantasy 14 subscriber base as well. But then what's going to happen is 12 months from now, 18 months from now, when they release the PC version on Epic Games or Steam, or, you know, what they'll probably do if they really want to milk, well, I don't really see the advantage of this, but what I can see Square Enix doing, I don't think they're going to do the Epic Games exclusive again like they did with Kingdom Hearts 3 or Crisis Core, but I could be wrong. They could make this a Epic Games launcher PC exclusive 12 months from now. So a year from now, you'll probably be able to get this game on Epic Games, and then 18 months from now, so like a whole year and a half from now, it'll finally probably come to Steam. Maybe. I think. Or what they'll do is they'll just release it to Steam and Epic Games, you know, a year from now, a year and a half from now, or whatever. And then that'll be it. So all the people that held out, they'll buy it then and there. And then people like me will then buy it on Steam as well, because I'm just going to get the PC version again and play the game again. So, yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. So they're basically able to double dip. It's not a lot of people that do that, so there's not a lot of people that will have the PS5 edition, and then they will go and buy the Steam edition like a year and a half from now when it comes out, or maybe they'll wait until a Steam sale or whatever. Usually they'll put some stuff in there too, like, you know, whatever. If there is DLC for this game, they'll probably include the DLC stuff in there for the PC Deluxe Edition or whatever they want to call it, Director's Cut, Game of the Year Edition, whatever they want to call it. So I can see them doing that. So they stand to make more money by making it a timed exclusive, because they'll be able to milk more out of like their fan base that will end up buying the game on Steam again, like me. Like, I'm gonna buy the game on Steam again, even though I already have it, and I'll have already like platinumed it on the PlayStation a year prior. So that's just how it goes. So and that's the reason why timed exclusives are actually more profitable for the developer long term. I mean, because think about it, like if they released it on Steam, like I just get the Steam edition, I wouldn't get the PlayStation edition.
He's never this.
Unless the PC edition had some terrible game-breaking bugs, which I highly doubt that it would. Although Forspoken ran pretty terribly.
Is everything all right?
Forgive me, young man. I was in a world of my own. I'm worried about my friend, you see. He left some time ago and hasn't returned. And you know what it's like out there for a bearer on his own.
Why leave the safety of the hideaway?
For coin. Sad though it is, our need outweighs the risk. The hideaway can't survive on goodwill alone. And though Karen does what she can, her coffers aren't
Karen?
bottomless.
It's pronounced Karen? I thought it was pronounced Sharon.
You were a soldier, were you not? In the
Sharon.
Imperial Army.
I was.
Makes me think of that Cardfight Vanguard card, Black Sage
I ask
Sharon.
a favour of you. I'm
Karen.
too old to be traipsing hither and yon. Will you go and find him for me?
Yeah, I can do it, I guess.
I'll do what I can.
Oh, thank you.
What can you tell me about your friend?
See, this is so Witcher 3 style. Like, when you pick up these quests, it's just the NPCs on this side, Geralt's on the other side. Witcher 3 style. I call this Witcher 3 style.
I'll speak to him.
This is Witcher 3 style side quest.
And thank you again.
But man, this game looks really good. This game looks good. I'm sorry, but Hogwarts might not even be on like Game of the Year contender anymore. There are so many good games that have come out in the last like 2 months alone. Like, I'm trying to think, like Street Fighter 6 is a very solid game, but that's definitely, it's too niche to be Game of the Year worthy. It is a good game though. Like, Street Fighter 6 currently is the best fighting game that has come out this year. So it'll probably win Best Fighting Game of the Year. I'm pretty sure. Like, unless Tekken 8 comes out at the end of this year, which I don't know if it will, there's really no competition there. And then, I guess Game of the Year, like, you guys really think Starfield's gonna be that good? I'll believe it when I see it. I'm not even gonna hold my breath for Starfield, because it's Bethesda, so they really have to get their act together if they're gonna entice me to actually play Starfield. Like, at this point, Starfield's not even, like, it's on the radar, I'm, like, tracking it, but it's, like, it's not, like, a must-buy for me at this point in time. So... But the Zelda, what is it, Tears of the Kingdom? The new Zelda game is also really good. Like, it's worthy of being Game of the Year. I haven't played it, but I watched like 6 or 7 reviews of it. I've asked people who have played it what they think about it, and all of the responses have been very positive. So that one's definitely on the list of Game of the Year candidates. Zelda 16. I would say Resident Evil 4, because Resident Evil 4 Remake didn't really do anything wrong, but it's just because that game's not really a novel game, you know, it's just RE Engine remake of their old game, but it's good, it's just not without complaints, right? Like, it's very hard to nitpick the quality of that game. Resident Evil 4 is a very good game. All the other ones that I've played, though, have had issues at launch. Hogwarts Legacy didn't really have any issues. The RT performance was terrible on pretty much everything when it came out, and it didn't do things correctly. Like, it rendered the RT wrong. Like, you would go into a bathroom and all the global illumination was just spamming through the stalls from the outside the wall. It was like the sun's GI was like piercing through the walls of the school, piercing through the toilet stalls, and it's like, no, that's not how it's supposed to look. So it had a lot of like rendering issues. Starfield's going to be Xbox and PC. Yeah, so, well, but see, again, if we're talking Xbox, though, like, if it's gonna be PC and Xbox exclusive, like, Microsoft should make it, like, you have to buy it from Microsoft Store. Like, that's what they should do. They need to, like, they need to lock out Steam. They need to prevent, like, Steam from getting access to it on day one. Like, I don't know how they're gonna do that. They're probably not gonna be able to do that. But they need to do that. Like, they need to have something that defines, like, the Xbox ecosystem. Because what do they have that actually defines their ecosystem? That's why they seem to lose the console generational wars. Like, it's not just on consoles, on the technical hardware alone. Because, remember, the last generation, Xbox One was worse than PS4, like, on a physical hardware comparison, but then it suffered from the same problem that it has right now, where it's like, where are the exclusives? It had Halo, right? Or no, it didn't even, like, Xbox One didn't even have Halo as, like, a exclusive thing, if I remember correctly. Like, what? See, if I asked someone to list three games, 3 Xbox exclusives that are you know, like, that's it? You have to get the console for those games? Like, what are the games? You know, like, what games are there? I don't know. If everything's on the PC, then if it's on Xbox and PC, doesn't really help Xbox. It's like, okay, yeah, you can't play it on PlayStation, but it's like, well, you know, you can still play it on PC. So that's why they shouldn't put the stuff on Steam. They should, like, lock it out of Steam. I know it sounds really dumb to hear me say stuff like that, but, like, keep in mind, I am evaluating it from a business standpoint. Like, I'm looking at it from Microsoft's point of view, like the bean counter's point of view. Like, how do they make the most money? How do they generate the most compelling story for their platform? It won't be on PS5? Yeah, that's fine. It won't be on PS5. But it's on PC. See, that's the problem. The problem is it's on PC unless it is, like, restricted to Microsoft's store, which means you can only buy Starfield from the Microsoft store and play it, like, with the Xbox Live integration, all that stuff. Then they have a compelling story. But if it's sold on Epic Games, if it's sold on Steam, and of course Microsoft, then in my mind, it's not truly an Xbox exclusive. To me, to be a true exclusive, you have to be on one platform and one platform only. None of this Xbox and PC, or PlayStation 5 and PC. Because, like, for example, Lies of P will be on PC, and it will be on PS5. So to me, I don't consider that an exclusive, because it's like, I have a choice. I can play it on PS5, or I can play it on PC. Similarly with Starfield, I don't consider Starfield an exclusive, because I can play it on PC, or I can play it on Xbox. Now, I don't have an Xbox, so that kind of pushes me to PC. But, you see what I'm saying? Like, where's the exclusive? Because, like, PS5, obviously, we're looking at an exclusive right here. Like, we're looking at one right here. This game's gonna be on PC eventually, but at minimum, it'll be a year from now before it'll be on PC. So, judging by Square's track record, my bet would be 12 to 18 months. 12 months minimum. 18 months is probably more realistic in terms of when this game will actually be on PC. Because go look at their track record, and then also go look at like 15, Final Fantasy 15's track record. Go look at when Final Fantasy 15 came out on PS4, and then go look at when it came out on Steam. It's literally like 18 months. Because it was Final Fantasy, if I remember correctly, Final Fantasy 15 was sometime in the late summer. No, it was the fall of 2016, if I'm not mistaken. Fall 2016 was Final Fantasy 15 on the PS4. Is it 16? Might have been 15 actually. Final Fantasy 15 might came out in. No, I think it was 2016. I'm pretty sure it was 2016. If it was 2015, no, Phantom Pain was 2015. Final Fantasy 15 was 2016. I'm pretty sure I'm correct in that. I might be wrong, but I think I'm right. And then the PC release of 15 was 2018. It was definitely 2018, and I'll never forget that because I lived in Japan when it came out in 2018 when I was in Japan. That's the reason why I'll never forget that. So that much I know for a fact. Now the console release, I can't remember if it was 2015 or 2016. I think it was 2016. So, you know, like I said, 18 months between when you could play it on PS4 as an exclusive, and then you had to wait literally a year and a half to play it on Steam. So this game, probably going to be the same. If we're lucky, it'll be a year next summer. But knowing Square Enix, no. Because look at, like, it's even worse if you go further back. Like, Final Fantasy 13 was 2010. Was 2010 on PS3. And I think it came out on PC at the end of like 2013 or something. It was like 3 years. It was like 3.5 years of waiting for Final Fantasy 13 on PC. So I don't think we'll have to wait that long for this game, but definitely at least a year. At least a year. So that's the reason why I can't wait. Like, I can't wait because it's like, yeah. 4080 and 6900 XT ran Hogwarts Legacy with RT on just fine. Yeah, but you're playing it at a lower resolution. I'm talking about 4K though. Like when I played Hogwarts Legacy, I'm playing it at 4K. So it's like much harder on RT at 4K. But yeah, like you can RT on Hogwarts Legacy on normal or medium. I think is it normal or did they use the word medium? I think it's medium. Medium for me is fine for the RT.
What happened?
If I turn it up to like the maximum RT, I think it's like very high or high. I forget what the word was on the preset. But yeah, it's not good. It's not good for me at 4K turning RT on in Hogwarts Legacy. I have to set it to the medium setting for RT. And I really can't tell the difference between medium and like very high when it comes to the GI and the GI and the shadows. Every time there's a white background, you become semi-transparent. Yeah, I know. It's one of those things where it's like, I can either like make it less transparent or more transparent, but then the thing is, like in cutscenes, I'll be like faded. Here, let me see. Let me try to adjust it so that it's like I don't keep zoning in and out. Because if I make it like that, now I become even more invisible. Hold up. Let's try this one. That's a little bit better, I guess. Hold on, let me find a white background. Yeah, playing around with like the filters for the background removal is kind of weird. Yeah, but see, the only trade-off is like, see this? Like when there's a dark background behind me, then you see like the noise. Unless I sit, maybe if I sit further back, I don't know. I don't know. Oh well, it's not a big deal. Oh yeah, never mind. I'm just like I'm super translucent. Now I look like a floating head. I look like a floating head, and there's like no way to easily get rid of that. That's weird. That's weird. How do I fix that? Like, okay, if I do that, but see the problem is if I do this, I think it makes the it makes the camera have a hard time like focusing on me too if I do that. So I don't know. Huh. Well, I'll leave it like this. The only problem with this is that now if I go to like a dark background, there'll be noise. See? See, now it's like, hold on, let me get rid of this border. It's funny how it says local map. There's a constant like local map prompt like like right above me. So I don't know which is better, like this. See, I think it's better when I'm actually translucent. I think it looks better when I'm translucent because in most scenes it's not a problem. Cause see, if it's like this, I think this might be the trade-off. But now if there's a white background, I'm gonna become like this again. Yeah. Yeah, see, like that, when there's a lot of light sources, I become really, wow. It's funnier when I'm fading. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like this then. Okay, I think yeah, let's see. What do I need to do? Oh, there's like another side quest for me to do. So the game feels kind of like Witcher. It's like Final Fantasy, but it's like The Witcher. It's kind of cool, actually, in that regard, you know? Like, this game reminds me of like 3 different games. It's Final Fantasy, like world building and lore and stories and character interactions and the overall like themes and stuff. It's like The Witcher when it comes to questing, and it's also kind of like Final Fantasy 14 when it comes to questing. And then it's like Devil May Cry when it comes to combat. The combat in this game feels very much like Devil May Cry 4 and 5. Which is a good thing. It's actually a good thing.
You've lost a letter. Nothing too important, I hope.
Not just a letter. I lost everything. There's a hole in my damn pack, and fool that I am, I didn't bloody notice.
Well, if I sit
that bad,
closer,
surely.
like, does it? No, it actually makes it worse. Maybe it is better for me to sit further back.
I carry things. If I can't do my job right, then what am I good for? Nothing, that's what. I buggered it right up. That means no herbs for the infirmary, and no fresh meat for our cooking.
And then it
pot.
feels kind of like Game of Thrones too, because they went with like British English. They went heavy on the British English for the voice.
On for days.
The lip syncing is actually synced to the English dialogue.
Scour storm from coast to coast if I could, but there are curse breakers in the field, counting on my arrival. No, I'll just have to own up to Otto and Sid. They're gonna skin me alive.
Alright, whatever, we'll do it.
Fine. Tell me where to look.
Are you serious? Thank you.
It sounds like the hideaway could use those supplies. So, where should I start?
Gotan's bales, perhaps? I took a tumble in the bushes when I was passing through. There's a chance my pack might have caught on something. If you can find everything I dropped, you'll be doing us all a favor. And if you can find Sid's letter, you'll be saving my life.
Yes, this is quality mode.
There. I'll find it.
Wonderful. Now, I have to run if I'm to make my next delivery in time. I trust you can find your way to Gotan's bales. Oh, and hurry, will you? Sid doesn't like to be kept waiting.
Yeah, I'm
sure
playing this on the quality mode because when I first played the demo, I was playing it on the prefer FPS mode, the frame rate mode, and
I should make the Sambrek as soon
it
as
did
I can.
run smoother, but the thing is, the visuals on frame rate mode do not look good. Like, okay, they look good during cutscenes, but that's because during cutscenes, they slow everything down to 30 FPS. So there's that. But the thing is, like, with frame rate mode, the characters, especially in the distance, like, see those three guys in the back? If we were in frame rate mode, those guys would be very blurry. The faces would be hard to distinguish. Like, it would just be very low res.
Wanted to send a message, most likely.
But did she have to go
So quality mode just looks so much better. I really feel like the game was intended from the start to be played in quality mode, like 30 FPS. And then at some point, they decided, you know, we need to have a 60 FPS option because the combat is like Devil May Cry, and that's 60 FPS on the console. And so they need to, like, make it match that because it's an action-focused combat system. But I think it also was peer pressure. It was also like, oh, all these other games that are coming out on PS5 offer a 60 FPS mode. So the thing about the 60... I said it with air quotes because 60 FPS in this game isn't actually 60 FPS. So it's more like 45 to like 55. It's somewhere in that range on average most of the time. If you don't believe me, go watch the Digital Foundry video. That's an excellent video that shows the frame rate analysis of the two different modes. Basically, the sum of it is quality mode is a solid 30 FPS when you're like in the world like this, 30 FPS during running around exploring, and 30 FPS during the cutscenes. Now, if you're playing it in the frame rate mode, you get like 30 FPS during cutscenes. That doesn't change. And then you also get like I said, 45 to like 55 FPS. It's a lot like playing Dark Souls 3 on the PS4 Pro. That's what it feels like. And when I was playing it in the FPS mode, I noticed that there's like a lot of like frame judder, and I would rather play the game at a consistent locked 30 than like a juddery like 43, 55, 45. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like that like constant like variable frame rate. It's like super annoying. So yeah, and the visuals look a lot better in quality mode. So it's like, if I'm gonna be stuck to 30 FPS, might as well have it look as good as it can. Now, the way I get around it is I use frame interpolation to double the frame rate in post. So what you guys are seeing on the stream, if you're watching this in source, you're actually watching this in 1440p, 60 frames per second. Even though the target resolution that the game is running at is 4K. So this is actually 2160p, 30 FPS. But we have downscaled it to 1440, and we have done frame interpolation to get 60 frames per second. That way, we can get better looking image quality at 60 frames per second for the post output video feed. So that's kind of the secret like content creator trick to make it look better with a higher frame rate. But yeah, like that's kind of like technical stuff. But yeah, quality mode's definitely the way to go. It does take some getting used to, because like I typically play my games at 60 FPS or higher most of the time anyway on PC. But obviously this is on PlayStation 5, so it's like you can't really do that. So I just treat it like as though I was playing Bloodborne, because Bloodborne was a 30 FPS experience on PS4 and PS4 Pro. And this game's kind of like that. It's like playing a 30 FPS action game. You get used to it after a while. And the thing is, this game is so story focused and cutscene heavy that I'd rather it just look good, because it's like most of the time I'm just going to be listening to NPCs talk anyway. So it's like, yeah, it'd be nice to have the thing installed at 60. But that's where the PC version is going to come in and like allow that to be a reality. So it's like, you know, a year from now or fall 2024 when this game gets released on Steam, I'll probably buy it again on Steam and just play it in like high frame rate. Assuming that there's no weird like, oh, a PS5 Pro comes out a year from now and then the game gets upscaled for like 4K 60 on that console. And then that further delays like the PC release by like another 6 months or whatever. So that's why I wouldn't be surprised if the earliest we get to play this on Steam is like fall 2024, like 18 months from now or something like that. Maybe not 18, maybe like 16 months from now. You know what I'm saying? Because that's typically how it goes.
So what God's forsaken corner of the realm is Sid dragging you off to this time?
Oriflamme.
The Holy Capital.
This is not this is not Unreal at all. No, this is a proprietary engine.
Second thoughts. I don't want to know.
No one was saying this is U. Who was saying this was UE? Whoever thinks this is UE is very misinformed. No one that I listened to said this was UE. Like Digital Foundry even said this is not UE at all. Like this is definitely, this engine is a Square Enix proprietary in-house engine. My guess is what they did was they modified the Luminous engine. So this game is running on the same engine that Final Fantasy 13, 14, 15... So actually, no, I take that back. So originally, Square Enix developed the Crystal Tools. The Crystal Tools engine, that's what they used to make Final Fantasy 13 on the PlayStation 3. Then they made Final Fantasy 14 off of a modified variant of the Crystal Tools engine. Then, while they were doing that, they also made the Luminous engine, which is like a whole next generation version of the Crystal Tools. And Luminous engine was what Final Fantasy 15 used when it came out. And then Forspoken, which you guys know how bad that runs, that was also on the Luminous engine. So my guess is that this game is also on some kind of next generation Luminous engine. It looks kind of like Luminous.
Speaking of Oriflamme, are you the trading routes leading south of
It looks a little bit better than Luminous, but like I said, it's like a modified, newer version of Luminous. But so far, no one really knows what it is. It's some kind of proprietary technology that Square Enix developed in-house.
All right.
Which is fine. I actually prefer... I don't like UE, by the way. I am not a fan of Unreal Engine at all. Just because that compilation stutter that a lot of games suffer from with UE4 is a huge problem on PC. It's not so much a problem on console. I don't know why. But it is a huge problem on PC. Digital Foundry did an extensive... Like, they've talked about this a lot. Like, how UE is bad. Like, it's just not good. UE5, I think, is supposed to have fixed most of that, but it hasn't fixed all of it, as far as I know. So I actually... Every time I hear a game is going to come out and it's using Unreal Engine, my eyes roll or I facepalm, because I'm not impressed when someone says their game's coming out in Unreal Engine. Like, it's like, really? Okay. How original. Yes, another UE title. Congratulations. That's a whole lot of work. So anyway, I prefer proprietary engines. I think they're more interesting. They're more... It shows you what developers are able to come up with when they're not, like, copy-pasting some, you know, libraries from UE, and they're just doing everything in the UE tool and doing whatever kind of scripts they're writing in C or whatever they're using. So that's why I kind of like this one, because see, like, this to me looks newer than Forspoken, but it does look similar to Forspoken in some subtle ways. It's like 15 in the way it does lighting, though. Like, I'll give you guys an example. If we go down to the jail area, which I think is over here. No, it's like over here. No, it's not over there either. It's like over here. See, so if we go like... Okay, this is not the jail. I don't know where the jail is. Who cares? The point is, like, if we go here, we go to an area where it's dark. And see how the light out there is kind of like that? So now if we go... Well, this is not the best example because that area is not super bright. But if we were exiting a cave and it was like noon, they have a light effect where the global illumination just basically blasts light at you very, very quickly, and then it just fades into the actual proper lighting amount for the scene. So they have that effect when it comes to their lighting. So that's just some kind of lighting script that they use for the GI, or however they're doing the lighting, whether it's like a static light map, which is probably a static light map for this area. But it looks good. The game doesn't look like exceptionally pristine next-gen graphics, but the visuals look good. Like, they don't look bad. This game looks better than Hogwarts Legacy, to me. I'm trying to think, like, this game looks better than Jedi Survivor. Like, it definitely looks better than Jedi Survivor. It looks... Well, okay, it looks similar to Hogwarts Legacy. Hogwarts Legacy is kind of that cartoony look, so it's hard to compare them. But this game does look... In my opinion, this game looks better than Hogwarts Legacy. See what you mean, the effect of the eyes adapting? Yeah, exactly, they have that effect. But like 15... Final Fantasy 15 had that effect too, though.
Clive, was it?
But this looks better than Hogwarts Legacy. Like... I can tell that the geometry, like look at the wooden floorboards, every clothing item on the main character, like every texture has its own, it casts its own individual shadow. That's one thing that I noticed. Now, one thing I really wish you could turn off is the motion blur, because you guys can notice, like, if I pan the camera around really slowly, you don't notice the motion blur. But if I pan the camera around really fast, or if I like move the character around real fast, there's a bit of motion blur, and some people don't like that. I personally don't like that either, and I kind of wish you could turn that off. So that is something that they'll probably patch in the game at some point, so you can turn the motion blur off. Because Final Fantasy Type 0 had this problem, where the console version on PS4 could not turn off the motion blur, and I think they patched it later on. So this is probably gonna be the same thing. Like, see if I move like this, you can see the motion blur. Look at his sword. Look at the top of his sword. See how it's blurring? That's the motion blur. I personally don't like that. Motion blur can be done well. In my opinion, when it comes to motion blur, it's either bad and I don't want it turned on at all, or it's done in a subtle way where it actually looks pretty good. And the only game that I can think of where the motion blur actually looks good is Xenoblade Chronicles. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and 3 on the Switch. The motion blur in that game is very good. It's actually done well. So I actually like the motion blur in that game. But it's very rare for me to say that. Like, the motion blur in this game, I don't like. I don't like how this looks with the motion blur. I wish this could be turned off. But if you move the camera really slow, you don't see it. It's like a certain shutter speed of the camera panning causes the motion blur to activate. You'll pick up the Noctua tomorrow, Micro Center. What motion blur tries to accomplish? It tries to make it look... It tries to give you that, like... that feel of, like, you know, like the action stuff happening. But it doesn't really... I don't know. Most people that I've talked to don't like it. I'm also someone who doesn't really care for it. The other thing too is I think it's ambient occlusion. Is it ambient? Not ambient occlusion. What is that effect called? There's that effect where depth of field. Depth of field is the other thing where depth of field can either be done really well or it can be done terribly, where the background is way too blurred out and you can't see anything in the distance. So this game, thankfully, they do depth of field correctly. It's not done in an annoying, bad way. You're gonna get the D15. You're just gonna get the D15 just because? I mean, if you have the Dark Rock Pro 4, that's all you really need to test. I'm pretty sure if the Dark Rock... If the Pro 4 fits, then the D15 will most likely fit on the B650. Oh, this is cool. The jukebox thing from 14 carried over. So I like how they allow you to do like the mouse thing, or you can just do the controller. The sound of silence. Huh. That doesn't even do anything. That's nothing. Where the heart is. I only have, what, 3 songs?
Clive, was it? I heard Otto barking.
But this game does have a really good soundtrack, though.
Sound happy. What do you suppose it could be?
Oh, what do I need to do? Oh, I have like some side quests I need to do. If we open up the world map, I've got some side quests, one over here and one over here. So one thing that's cool about the game, so you guys can see right here, this is the capital city of the Holy Empire of Sambrek. And these little chains here are supposed to indicate on the world map their territory. So this whole area is the Empire's domain. That's their territory. And then actually, this area here is what used to be the Kingdom of Rosaria, or the Duchy of Rosaria. But this was annexed by the Empire at the end of the demo. So you guys remember at the end of the demo, the Empire basically invades and takes over. And there's some other stuff too, like the Island Nation, the Iron Bloods, they come over and they try to like sack the towns and steal stuff, and that kind of stuff goes on too. That's what always happens when you lose, like, you lose control of a region. It basically has no government, so the neighbor takes over, and then the other neighbor might try to take over, and then there might be like a war between the two of them or whatever. So that's what ended up happening to Clive's home kingdom, because he is actually from Rosaria. So this is the area where we played in the demo, and there's the fire crystal. So Final Fantasy is all about the crystals. As that's a central theme of the game. You can see the other crystals. So we've got the, I think this one is the, what is this? The ice crystal? Or maybe this one's the ice crystal. This one looks like the water crystal. Looks like the ice crystal. And this one is the dark crystal, I think. And then I don't know where the other ones are. And this might be something that looks like a volcano. So interesting. I like when games have world maps, like, and this one looks pretty cool. What would make this world map even cooler though is if they had like a time of day thing. So if they had like the sun shining on the map, and then if it's night like it is now, and then there's all the cool lore. See, like up here, this territory is what used to be called the Northern Lands or the Northern Territory, and it looks like it's been overrun by the Blight, because it all looks like grayed out. Because the main hideaway where we stay, where the main cast sits, is in a pocket of Blight land, so it's known as the Deadlands. So that's cool. That's cool how you can see on the world map how it indicates where the Blight is. So it looks like the eastern continent has a lot of Blight. Like a lot. In fact, I think this one kingdom over here is the only one on the eastern continent. It looks like all these other nations are on the western continent. And what's cool, this looks like a giant like hole in the ocean. Just kind of right there. That's just hanging out. That's kind of cool. I like this stuff though. This is the sort of stuff I like about video games. Like the world building, the lore, how it all like comes together, the factions. You're gonna be there tomorrow to pick up the... Wait, you're getting the master to replace that? I thought you had the ace. You've got the ace for the AMD, and then you've got the master for the Intel one, right? You had a Z790 master, and you had an X670 ace. Because I thought you returned the X670E master and got, or no, maybe that was somebody else. I can't remember anymore. All right, let's search the. Let's look for this guy's stuff. Let's go find his stuff. Let's see this one. Let's go to Lost Wing. Well, you're gonna replace which motherboard? Oh, that's cool. So we returned here at a different time of day, so that's cool. Wait a minute. Is there... Oh, there's like another thing over there? Huh.
That'll be enough today. But how did the grocer know his dog?
Ah, if it isn't Sid's young protege. To what do I owe the pleasure?
I'm looking for a bearer called Randall. I hear he's been coming to you for work. He was expected back at the hideaway some time ago. A friend of his asked me to check on him.
Randall, you say? The porter? Yes, I know him. And I can't say I'm surprised if he has been delayed. I gave him enough to do. Though, thinking about it, he should probably have been back by now.
I'll go and look for him. Where was he headed?
He was to meet an associate of mine to the south of here, on Lorbert's Pass. I do hope nothing's happened to him. Be sure to let me know, Clive.
Alright, so we gotta go find the guy that got lost.
Can I have another cup, Daddy?
How many have I had?
Oh yeah, the dog's right here. Torgal. Man, the dog in this game is actually pretty amazing. Like, he can actually heal you. The dog can actually heal. The dog can taunt. The dog can, basically, you can tell the dog to help you attack. You can tell him to heal you. Basically, he's like a party member. He's like a true party member. Kind of like Red 13 from Final Fantasy VII. I think this dude is like somewhere. Hold on, let me check. Okay, yeah, he's over here. Norvent Valley. The random items on the ground make me think of the draw points in Final Fantasy VIII. That's what they look like to me. Oh, there he is.
You all right?
The hanged man. Thank the gods. You're one of us. We were attacked. Beastmen on the road. Randall knew he didn't play the hero, but the sod insisted on drawing him off.
Where did this happen?
Further down the road. In the clearing. Please. You have to see that he's safe.
I'll do what I can. You go back to Lost Wing and tell Quentin what happened.
I've played most of them, but I have not completed all of them. So I have played some of 1, some of 2. I've never played 3. I've played 4. I've played 5. I've played 6, but I never finished it. I played 7, 8, 9, 10, 10-2. I never played 11 because that's the first MMO. I played 12, 13, 13-2, 13, the third one because of the trilogy. So I played the entire 13 trilogy. 14, which is the new MMO, the really good MMO. And then 15, and then now this game. So I played those. I have not played Final Fantasy Tactics. A lot of people who are a fan of Final Fantasy played Tactics. I never played Tactics. I'm trying to think if there's like another one that I'm leaving out. But in terms of the mainline series, I've played all of them, but I have not completed, except for 3. I never played 3. And I have not completed 1 and 2 and 6. But the others I have completed. So I think I have a pretty decent, in terms of my ability to rank the Final Fantasy games, I think I would have a pretty accurate opinion. You know, with the one exception being that 3 can't be included because I never played 3.
Why am I not surprised?
That is so awesome. How did I thought I dodged that guy. Okay, watch, check this out. The wolf just healed me. Okay, I meant to do that. Because I wanted to do this. Whoa, how do I get so high in the air?
Get him, boy!
Oh, she casts like a giant ice. She did like blizzard or something. That's cool. So you do indirectly get access to those spells. Man, that's so satisfying. I did over 9,000 damage. Oh, I'm actually getting hit by that. Oh, I got hit by that. Man, the Ifrit rushdown doesn't really work that well on the really big enemies. Because you can't really push them. See? Like, it creates distance between me and the enemy. Man, this guy doesn't want to get staggered. There we go.
A little help. Over here. Wake winds.
See, look, if I hold down the button, I can cast fire at him.
Not this time. Too slow.
Oh, he got me on the last swing. I was trying to dodge all 4 of them.
It's over.
Bone necklace. This might actually come in handy for something. I think I saw that on the recipe earlier. Yeah, that guy was like some kind of mini boss. Actually, my health is pretty low from that fight. Alright, let's go tell that one guy. See, the thing that I'm not super impressed with is the way the water looks in this game. I've seen water look better in other games. I think the game that has the best looking water that I've seen is Horizon Forbidden West. Forbidden West has like the best looking water that I've ever seen in a video game. Like this, I've seen better. This doesn't look bad. Like it has enough translucency, like you can see the rocks, but the way the water looks against the shoreline doesn't look super great. See how that looks? This doesn't look terrible, I mean, but it's not like super, oh, it looks so amazing. You want to go see like amazing looking water in a video game? Go look at Horizon Forbidden West. That has the best looking water I've ever seen. Oh wait, this guy died. That's pretty gruesome.
Sorry, Randall. Looks like I was too late.
Was there a way to save
He
him?
doesn't deserve to rot by the roadside. I'll speak to Quentin.
So we are at an area that I've never actually explored. I don't know what's over here. Man, there's like a bunch of stuff over there. So we need to tell this guy, right? So let me just fast travel. So let's fast travel back. This is what I'm talking about. It's like 5 seconds to load the entire map. See?
That'll be enough today.
It's not like Demon Souls levels of load times in terms of how fast that is. Because Demon Souls is probably the fastest load times I've ever seen in a video game.
Ah, there you are. My man told me what happened. And? I can't help but notice you're alone.
Well,
I feared as much.
it's not just the SSD,
Not
though.
far from the south gate. I trust you'll do right by him.
Of course. I'll send someone right away. I knew he was brave, though I didn't know he was reckless. Poor fool.
Had you known him long?
A while. I liked the fact that he didn't shy away from dangerous work, and he liked what I paid.
Because it helped keep the hideaway afloat.
I'll tell Sid what happened here. I expect he'll be none too pleased to learn of Randall's fate. And I suppose you're none too happy either. For your trouble.
Yeah, it was really it wasn't just the SSD, though. SSDs did help a lot, though. Don't get me wrong. SSDs did make a huge difference for consoles. But the PS5, though, is kind of a one-of-a-kind. Because of that custom controller that they have, that actual controller, that FPGA, that speeds up the load times dramatically. The way it's able to leverage the PCI Gen 4 SSD speeds compared to other things. Because my PlayStation 4 Pro I did put a 2 terabyte, 2.5 inch SATA SSD in there. And it speeds it up, but it's not like this kind of speed. You know, an SSD. The best example I can give you is like Dark Souls 3. Because I tested this. Dark Souls 3 on a PlayStation 4 Pro with an SSD, a 2.5 inch SSD, is equal to Dark Souls 3 on a hard drive on a PC. So that doesn't mean that all games on a console with SSD are equal to a hard drive on a computer, because it depends. But like Dark Souls on console, to get it to load as fast as a PC where the game is installed on an old hard drive, you know, SSD on PS4 is equal to like hard drive PC. That's the way I look at it. The Kraken chip, I think it was the Kraken, yeah.
Don't tell me. Turn into supper.
Alright, we gotta go and find like whatever this stuff is over here. Orabelle Downs. See, they put in the thing that Dante and Nero, they get their fast running once they like start running in the open. Oh, what's this? Found one. Retrieve a sack.
Good. Looks like I'm in the right area.
These side quests. What was that?
Someone's in trouble.
Someone's in trouble. These side quests make me think I'm playing Final Fantasy XIV. I mean, I feel like I'm playing an MMO. Like, these are the sort of side quests that they had in the MMO.
I doubt he could have fit much more in his pack. Still no sign of Sid's letter, though. We've come this far.
Wait, there's something.
Might as well ask around.
Uh-oh, there's something up there.
That's enough. It's over.
Oh, they didn't die? See, these are like the spiders in Hogwarts.
There's a good boy.
I was like juggling that one in the air.
Garuda, lend. My wounds, boy.
The Garuda kick. The Garuda tornado kick. It looks like a Captain Falcon up B from Smash Brothers.
Are you hurt?
It would have been worse if you hadn't come along. Wait, I've seen you around the hideaway. You're new, aren't you?
I'm Clive.
And I'm Martel. But what are you doing here?
Looking for you. This is no place for a bearer on her own.
I noticed that. But this soil's not going to collect itself.
Then what if I gathered it for you? You could head back to the hideaway. Just exactly what sort of dirt is it that you need?
What I need is soil. But I'd be a fool to refuse your help after what just happened. It's the good stuff you're looking for. Dark, rich, fragrant. You'll know it when you find it.
Dark, rich, and fragrant. Right. Well, you should hurry back. Bohemil seemed worried enough that he might come looking for you himself.
That seems unlikely, but I won't argue with you. Thanks.
Soil, then. There's certainly enough of it here. But is it dark, rich, and fragrant?
Oh, someone was saying that the grapes, I think it was a Digital Foundry video, like the grapes, see, look how the grapes look in this game? The grapes actually look good in this game, because I forgot what they were comparing it to, like Final Fantasy XIV and the old Final Fantasy games, the grapes were like a flat surface, but in this game they actually like made them their own object. See, because if you look through the leaves, you can see the grapes. The grapes of wrath. That's funny. Wait, there was something else back there? What was this? There was something else. There was like another one that I missed. What am I supposed to look for? It's like something's nearby? Speak with the Oh. Huh? I don't see a sample there. I need to get this one. Yeah, it's next gen grapes.
To be picking grapes, aren't you? Are you here for Master Quentin?
I'm looking for a letter someone dropped nearby. I don't suppose you've seen it.
Can't say I have, sorry.
Well, if you do...
Wait, I did pass a dog with something in its mouth a little while back. Could have been a piece of paper. No idea if it was your letter, but you never know.
Which way did it go?
Towards Lost Wing. Seemed well looked after to me. Dare say someone there's been feeding it.
To the village, then. Thank you.
Wait, but there was something that was missing over here, though. Oh, there it is. Just had to go further to the east. Or south, or whatever.
That should be enough. I better get it back to the hideaway.
One thing this game really needs to have, which it doesn't have, is a compass. It'd be nice to know which way is north. Because it's hard to, like, okay, the sun is going down, so... And it's over there, so that's west. So I guess we're going north. If I open up the map... Okay, well, I guess that's... Yeah. It would be nice to have, like, a compass on the map. Because there's no compass on the map. Or even just only running around. The running around, it's not really needed, but, like, I'd like to have it on the map. Because if you rotate the map...
I'll have you know, manning the village entry is no small task. There's plenty of unsavoury sorts in these parts looking to get their thieving claws into what's ours.
It's looking to be a fine harvest this year.
You have like a really mild jump. What's funny though is the jump looks like a realistic jump. You know how video games have the jump that looks so unrealistic? Like where you can literally like jump over another character. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like they used to make games where you had very, very unrealistic jumps. Like that old NBA game, like the basketball game where the characters could jump like so high up where they're like jumping like 10 feet in the air.
It seems we have our culprit. Sorry, boy. Someone's waiting for this. He's waited long enough already.
The dog.
Hopefully this will keep our career out of trouble.
Man, look, that's a dog. This is like a house dog. That's a domesticated dog. This is not a dog. This is a wolf. This is a straight up wolf.
Get it, boy.
Look at the difference. Like this wolf, this dog. This is a dog. This is a wolf. It's like that meme video from Elden Ring. Remember? Everybody would make that comment, dog, this is a dog, and they put the comment like next to all the turtles in the game. There's that one funny meme video, that one TikTok video or the YouTube Shorts video from last year of that one guy saying, remember he was asking them, is it a cat? And they're like, no, it's a turtle. And he's like, is it a cat in a hat? And like, no, it's a tortoise in a shell. That video was hilarious the first time I saw that video. But then people just started like commenting dog like everywhere in Elden Ring. Like anytime there was like a different kind of animal, they just leave the comment dog. Like this is a dog. Is it a cat in a hat? No, it's a dog. This is a wolf. Alright, we need to return to the guy who was looking for the soil samples. I guess that's in the hideaway. Yeah, I think they're both in the hideaway. So we just travel here.
I heard Otto barking at his lot earlier.
See, even though I played like Hogwarts Legacy, I just find the story of this game way more compelling and more interesting than the Hogwarts Legacy story, and that's why this game I will actually finish.
There you are. And? All safe and sound?
If you use that dog instead of the wolf.
Yeah, she's standing right there.
Somehow I don't feel like that dog would be very useful in combat.
Did you bring it?
Yes. Here.
The wolf seems... Hey, I'm disappearing again.
Glorious!
Glorious.
When Martel came home empty-handed, I almost had a fit. But with this, my research can continue. First and foremost come the measurements. I must know how much ether each sample contains. From there...
Wait, so you were never...
Worried about me? Sorry to disappoint you, but the only thing he worries about is his research.
But that's...
That's all right. It's just how he is. And if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be growing anything in these ruins. It's a small price to pay. Although, you shouldn't have to pay it too. Did he even offer you anything for helping? Ugh. I know it's not much, but it's something, at least. I wish I could offer you some fruit too, but you're not likely to thank me if I do. Still, we'll grow something worth eating one of these days.
Story's kind of like...
do, you'll have first pick.
It's kind of like 13 story in a way. Well, at least like the Lightning Returns story, except the whole... It doesn't have the whole end of the world part of it. At least not yet.
Now, my research can continue apace.
Come by again when we've grown some fruit worth eating, and I'll see that you get some.
Need expanding. Barmill will not.
Maybe I should just own... Oh, there you are. I just got back to the hideaway and thankfully Otto hasn't seen me yet. I don't suppose you...
Found the things you dropped. I did.
I was so sure they'd be gone. And the letter?
Only a little worse for wear.
I like how he just hands him whatever it is he's holding.
No more skulking about in the shadows for
There
me
was one
then.
quest I had to do earlier.
And all thanks to you.
Where they were asking me to carry a bunch of wooden
Losing no
planks.
supplies is one thing, but if Sid had found
He just
out
like
about that letter,
hands them the planks like he's handing them something under the table.
if only. It's from his daughter. She's off studying in Canver. And her letters are all that keeps Sid sane while she's away.
He never mentioned a daughter.
Oh, he's a busy man. And thanks to you, he won't be wasting his time smiting careless couriers with levin boats. So I'd say you did us both a service. Here, for your troubles.
Hold on a
If there's anything
second.
you're wanting from Sid, today's the day. He'll be sweet as honey once he gets his hands on this.
Wait a minute. So from doing this side quest, we learned that Sid has a daughter? Well, hold up. I gotta go to the encyclopedia now because I didn't know he had a daughter. He never mentioned that. And she's studying in some place that I've never even heard of. Canver. Let me go talk to this dude over here.
Young had so many uses.
Good day. Or...
Hold up. Is the daughter even mentioned in here? That's new, because I didn't know that. The other thing that was mentioned was that one place. See, there's so much lore. Hold on, where? Man, there's a lot. This is the sort of thing that's cool about these type of games. Like when you, on your first playthrough, they mention all these places, and it's like you in your mind, you imagine how these places will look based off of the description. But it's not until you actually go there, assuming you do get to go there in the game. Yeah, I guess that place isn't really mentioned, even though it was in a side quest. Okay, I guess we'll probably run into it later.
Take a seat, Clive. So you're really going through with it?
Sis been talking about bringing down a mother crystal since I've known him. But that's all it's ever been. Talk.
He's convinced it's the right thing to do. We'll be leaving for the capital shortly.
Well, you couldn't have picked a better moment. Seems the hiding the royalists gave him wasn't enough to dampen old Sylvester's spirits. His legions are on the march again. This time, due south.
Another war.
All as the great Grieger wills it. Bloodthirsty little miss, that one. That's God's for you, innit? Still, might work to our advantage on this occasion. Wars breed chaos. On the front lines, and at home. With a fair wind behind them, a handful of like-minded ne'er-do-wells could melt into the back alleys of Oriflamme. No trouble. It's making it to the capital that's the problem.
The checkpoint.
That's right. Anyone travelling in or out of Oriflamme has to go through Northreach. Lucky for you, I might just know of a way.
This?
Well, no, not that. That gets you an audience with the Dame. And it's the Dame who'll see you safely through Northreach. I'll send the Stolas in the morning. Let her know you're coming. We go way back. And she's a true friend of the cause. I'm sure you'll get on like a house on fire.
That's good of you, but... who is this Dame, and where will I find her?
She's the proud proprietress of Northreach's foremost house of ill repute, the Vale. And she's quite a woman, if you know what I mean.
A woman. Right.
Don't go blinding her with your charm now, lad. I'll be expecting a full report when you get back.
Huh? This guy? What about this dude? Oh. So...
I suppose that's everything. Now to find Gav.
The Dame goes by many titles.
Chaos.
Including some that would make
Yeah, I think we're in Act 2 of the story
Yeah,
now.
trusted
We're well into Act 2 of this game.
Don't worry about finding her. As long as you've got that satchel, she'll find you.
Oh, you're the new lad, aren't you? Goat at your service. Well, at the hideaway service anyway. Otto's put me in charge of reading through the reports sent in by our allies and picking out any problems that might warrant the attention of the curse breakers. Or any other willing volunteers. And there's no shortage of problems, I can tell you. Or maybe I don't have to. I'll warrant a strapping lad like you's got people begging him for help wherever you go. Anyway, if you're ever interested in taking a look over the list, just say the word. Reckon you could probably tick off the odd thing here and there. They say little acts of kindness are their own reward. But if that ain't enough, these have got proper bounties on them and all. Anything catch your eye?
Okay, let's see. What does this do? Oh, it's, what is this? Dying on the Vine. The Holy Empire of Sambrek. The Imperial Province of Rosaria. Oh, these are like other side quests? What does it want me to do? Let's do this one. What do I need to do? Oh. Oh, these are like, I guess he tracks quests, side quests that are out in the world that you might not notice because you're not backtracking to these areas that often.
I've seen your face before. You're a friend of Martha's. Help us, I beg you.
Help you with what?
Bandits in the Golden Stables. They're waving their swords around. I think they're gonna kill someone. When I saw what was happening, I slipped out the back. I should have stayed, but oh, please help them.
Okay.
All right. I'll see to your problem.
Thank you.
How many were there?
I was out of the door too fast to count. They looked a nasty bunch, though. Be careful in there, all right?
It's the bandits, they're gonna have to be careful. That wolf's gonna, like, chew them up.
Ha! Golden Stable's my ass. All Martha's hiding back here is coppers. Oh, that's a fine sword, friend. Heavy though, I expect. What say we relieve you of it?
They're seriously gonna, like, threaten him? He's... Really? With the...
Lads, I want that blade.
Let's get this over with.
Like... Oh, we broke one of the tables. Alright, I'm gonna stab him. Sit down. Mortal blow. Okay. Shove him into the wall. Oh man, that guy got burned. The sidekick got burned.
I'll be keeping my blade, thank you.
There he is.
The bartender like does like a gets like in a martial arts
Think twice
stance.
about pushing us around again, thanks to you. We're lucky you were nearby. No good cowards wouldn't have dared set foot in the place if I'd been here, of course.
But you weren't. I thought you told me you had someone watching the place.
The Blood Axes keep an eye on the tavern, yeah. When they're not busy keeping the peace, that is. I've spread them as thin as they'll go. The Empire might be in charge, but that don't mean they care to keep us safe. If it weren't for the Blood Axes and me, merchants won't come near these lands for fear of what might happen to them.
I see. Then you do Rosaria a great service.
Just as you did today. You're a useful man to have around. Here.
Bandits in games always don't know who they're talking to.
And there'll be a mug of something tasty waiting for you whenever you next stop by.
Right, we've got work to do for to make this place presentable. You best be going before I arm you with a mop.
Yeah, we're leaving. She's gonna arm us with a mop. We're definitely leaving. What's funny is there was another scene earlier on where the bandits tried to threaten the Garuda girl. Oh man. There was like this. It was the same two guys. They like tried to threaten the girl who's Garuda, and she basically like, I don't know. I don't even know what happened to them. Like, like it didn't show what happened to them. Because when you arrive, their bodies are basically gone. Like they don't like they got erased from existence from her wind powers. But it was bandits that looked just like those two generic bandits. Alright, that was that one. I guess, we need to go back to the hideaway. Oh wait, there was one over here, but I guess, we could do that later. Let's continue the main scenario. This is huge spoilers for those that want to experience the game, though. So I'm not going to try to move as fast as I normally would if I was playing off stream in terms of the story. That's why I'm doing a lot of the side quest content.
Well, 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 someone's in a hurry.
Just following orders.
Funny, I never took you for the type.
Can't all be as obedient as you, Gav.
Eh?
Fine day for a little mischief, wouldn't you say?
Is this all of us?
Actually, Gav won't be coming.
Just the three of us, then?
Drake's Head is the keystone of the Empire. Oriflamme's in chaos, yes, but that doesn't mean we can march an army through her gates. The fewer our numbers, the better our chances of going unnoticed. And should that plan fail, well, we have our icons to fall back on.
Sid, I don't know if I can. Ifrit still seems to come and go as he pleases.
Ordinarily, priming an icon comes naturally to a dominance. But then, you are no ordinary dominance.
Well, he's still got the blessing of the Phoenix, doesn't he?
Not to mention what he sucked out of Garuda. And did I ever tell you about how he was once the greatest shield in Rosaria? You know, I reckon he could probably cut us a path out of the capital on his own if need be.
Let's try not to find out.
We're less likely to be spotted if we travel separately. I'll meet you in Northreach in a few days. You two behave now.
Oh man, I wanted Sid to go with us. I like when Sid goes with the group. He's the one character in the game that has so much charisma. He's so entertaining to listen to. The dialogue in the game is really good though. Like, Sid's character is probably one of my favorite characters in this game, by far. So it looks like we're going into the Empire again. We're going back to Lost Wing. So the whole goal of this mission is to somehow infiltrate into the Empire, the capital city of the Holy Empire of Sambrek, and somehow destroy this crystal. Sid wants us to destroy the Mother Crystal somehow. Like, I don't know how he's gonna do it, but that's what he wants to do. So that's what we're gonna do. Regardless of how many bandits or Empire soldiers we have to fight.
We're meeting in Northreach. And will I find Sid and Jill before this dame finds me?
In case you were wondering, the boys finally cleared the road to Northreach. But there's no need to hurry, is there? I can think of a few reasons you might want to linger another night or two.
Wait a minute, so there's this dude here too?
Ah, you're Sid's man, if I'm not mistaken. Couldn't trouble you for some assistance, could I?
That depends. What do you need?
Some new bearers from Oriflamme just arrived, and it cost Master Quinton a pretty penny to convince their owner to part with them. Man must have been a bloody tyrant. Can't get a peep out of them, try as I might.
They're probably terrified of you.
You're probably right. Dare say it'd take a bearer like yourself to open them up. So, will you have a word with them? Help them settle in?
I can try.
That'll do me. Tell them they're safe, and that if they need anything, they just have to ask.
I'll let them know.
Appreciate it. They're sitting over there, taking a long overdue breather, looks like.
So wait, I'm supposed to counsel those two? What am I supposed to do?
So you're the new arrivals. Is there anything I can get you? You're safe here. They don't punish people like us for speaking our minds.
Truly. I'm hungry. My sister too, we're starving.
Wait here. I'll fetch you something from the tavern.
Thank you.
I won't be long. You stay here and rest.
Don't tell me. Turnips for supper.
So those two are branded that somehow they probably escaped the Empire, or whoever their owners were, because basically the branded are like slaves. Which is kind of weird. The one thing I don't understand about the way the branded are taken advantage of is the branded have the ability to use magic without wielding a crystal. So in a way, they're actually capable of, I guess, dominating the planet because they don't need to rely on a crystal to cast magic. So it's kind of weird that they're the ones that are enslaved.
I'll have 2 plates of whatever you're serving.
Sorry,
We've enough mouths of our own to feed without tending to the wants of outsiders.
It's not for me. It's for some new arrivals.
Oh, my apologies. I didn't see the mark. So you're a comrade. Well, in that case, you may have whatever you require. Take all the bread and wine you want.
That's really all it takes. One look at the innkeeper's mark.
Of course it is. I do as Master Quinton commands, as do we all. And Master Quinton commands that none of his favoured guests be left wanting. Well, don't keep our new comrades waiting. Take what you need and see that they eat their fill.
Bread and wine. Hopefully this will be enough.
Wait, are they over there? Are they over there? Or are they? Oh no, they're over here. See, I don't understand that. I don't. One thing I don't understand is why are the branded the ones that are enslaved? Because they're the ones that can actually cast magic without a crystal. So it's like think of it like that. Think of it like they have infinite mana. Because the regular humans have to use a crystal to wield magic. If they don't have the crystal, then they can't cast any magic, which means they're the ones that are actually kind of useless. Not the branded.
Brother, did you see?
You find it similar to the Witcher universe. Witcher uses primitive magic, now their hands, while sorceress use a staff, aka crystal, that are much more powerful. Oh. Well, see, yeah, similar, but I don't think the branded are weaker. That's the thing. Like, I think if a normal whatever, like a normal human, assuming these are humans, if they have a crystal, then they can wield magic. But if they don't, then they can't do anything with magic. Whereas the branded, the people with the tattoo on their face, because they're branded from birth, because they're found to be someone who is basically, they're looked at as like a cursed being or like an abomination because they can cast magic without the crystal. I don't know who decided or why that's considered an abomination if the regular humans all rely on magic. So if anything, it's like the bears are the ones that are more advantageous.
Yeah. Bread and wine from the tavern.
Interesting that you say it's similar to Witcher. The opening of the game is very Game of Thrones, though. But yeah, I guess the game does play kind of like The Witcher.
Such plenty. Never in all my days.
Brother, this place is like a dream. We sat and no one shouted. We ate and more was offered.
I know. I can't believe it.
You're free now. And the next time you're hungry, you need only ask to be fed.
Thank you for everything. Thank you.
It's probably just social conflict. The branded are the weird people because of their power, so normal humans fear. Yeah. Yeah, that is what it is. And I think the branded are also more rare, though.
What happens to us now?
They're not the majority.
Nothing bad, I promise. Not ever again.
Because they're kind of rare. What's interesting about Clive, though, so notice how the main character is a branded. He wasn't always a branded, though. That's the thing. Like, if you saw the demo, or if you play through the demo, well, I mean, now it's like the first 2 to 3 hours of the game. Like, when he was a kid, he was obviously not branded when he was a teenager, but then his kingdom got basically betrayed and the government got overthrown, so he basically was captured, and then he got branded as a prisoner of war. And that's how he got branded. But the thing is, he could wield magic without a crystal. So that's why. So by definition, he is like the branded, but for a different reason. because the branded are born with the ability to wield magic without a crystal. Whereas in Clive's case, he's able to wield fire magic because of his younger brother. Because his brother Joshua, who is the dominant with the Phoenix icon, granted him the blessing of the Phoenix, which allows him to wield fire. That's the reason why he can cast like those fire spells during combat and stuff like that. So I guess because they saw him being able to cast fire spells, they assume that he's a branded. Because see, like this person's a branded.
Whole day on the line and they're still not dry.
See, she's a branded because she's casting a spell. She's casting some kind of like wind spell to dry off these blankets or something without using a crystal. Alright, how far away is that? Oh, that's on the other side. I can't go through here. Look at that, I found a random treasure chest.
Wearing the hanged man now, are we? You know what that means? It means that if you ever cross Master Quintin, you'll be doubly sorry.
Really? Did I just talk to that guy? I guess we can't go through here. We have to go around. Yeah, okay, wait a minute. Where am I? Oh, I went way past where I thought I was gonna go. Brandon have this life hack without any penalty? Like it doesn't affect their lifespan or something? It does. It does. Good question. It actually kills them. Spoiler alert, but they do. So eventually, if you keep using your magic powers, you will die at some point. Like, and that's the thing. That's where it's kind of it's wrong, because the branded are forced to use their magic for the regular humans, for the regular society to benefit, but the branded will eventually die by continuously using their power. The more they use their powers, the more they accelerate their own demise. What is your VRAM consumption? If it's just me, or are the textures are not that impressive? No, the game looks good, and but this is on PlayStation 5, just so you know. This game is only available on PlayStation 5. This is a PS5 exclusive.
Rejoice, my
Just FYI. It's a PS5 exclusive. So yeah, there's VRAM has nothing to do with it because it's on a console. In my opinion, the game looks amazing.
Is it safe to ride to Northreach now?
It's not UE. It's not real Unreal Engine or anything. This is proprietary stuff from Square. This is like their own. I assume it's some kind of variant of Luminous. How did I get all the way over here? Oh wait, this is actually going the right way? What? This is actually going the right way, but I am skipping this thing though. Hold on, let's go do this thing.
Sun's setting fast.
I wouldn't be surprised though if Final Fantasy XIV's next expansion looks kind of like this game. Where is this? How do I get to this place? Am I going the right way? Oh, I guess it's over here. It's not the textures that look bad, it's the lighting that makes this game not look very good. What's MME? Oh, to you? Oh, to me. Oh.
Master Quintin will never forgive me if I don't. I want no trouble. Wait, that's... Ah, glory to Griga. You were the hanged man. I took you for a rogue. If you're a friend of Master Quinton's, then perhaps you'll help me. His vineyard, Lost Wings.
But see, like with this
has been
scene,
beset by a plague of giant wasps.
this scene, notice how they have some kind of like fake light source, like
I've never seen them
to the left of this character. It's like either they have that fake light source there so you can actually see the character, or they don't have a light source and the only light source are the candles in the room, and then it would make the scene look overly dark.
And if I don't bring those grapes in for pressing soon,
So I don't know if there's like any way to do that unless they put like another candle on the left side of the NPC.
Please, rid us of these wasps so I can be about my business.
All right. I'll see to it.
Oh, thank you. You'll find them over at Gotan's Bales on the edge of town. And hurry, Lostwing needs those grapes.
Man, this guy here, let's just prioritize this thing, get this out of the way. Let's knock this out real quick. What is this? The Mysteries of the Vinification?
Bet you'd like to see what's behind that door, wouldn't you? Well, not on my watch.
Why not? Hold up. Where is this place? This is like... Oh. Alright, we'll do this and then we'll continue the main story. Yeah, but see, the thing is, this scene, though, there's not a lot of light in the scene because it's already, like, what, the sun's going down. So, the light source is limited. In fact, it's kind of like... I want to say there's too much light because of the way that where the sun is at this time of day. But the thing is, if you remove all these, like, fake extra light sources, then the scene ends up looking overly dark. That's the challenge with, like, global illumination, though. It can cast very, very heavy shadows that will then make it really hard to see stuff.
That must be the vineyard. A few wasps shouldn't give me too much trouble.
I want to grab these items over here. Oh, I'm supposed to kill those wasps. 2 gil? That was literally just 2 gil? What was this? Okay, well, at least this was worth it.
Stay down.
I like how the dog, like, jumped up. Was that it? Exterminate the pests? Oh, there's more?
It's over.
Man, that is a giant wasp. Well, it'll be much harder to fight like a small one, wouldn't it? Use fire wheels. I don't know what this is called, but I just used the Ninja Gaiden name. Fire wheels.
Stay down. You know what to do, boy.
What? Oh, you saw like all that blood come out of that? That was not a wasp. That thing was full of blood. That was a mosquito. That was not a wasp at all. And it had fangs.
Looks like that was the last of them.
I got sharp fangs from killing wasps. I don't know what kind of mutant wasp those are. Alright, I think I can fast travel to... Oh, we can skip this part. Yeah, it's just, you'll see. Like, it depends on the scene. Sometimes the lighting looks flat like it does right now. It's very dependent on the time of day.
But how did the grocer know his daughter?
I don't know. To me, this game, vampire wasp, are those real? Or did you just make that up? That sounds terrifying. Vampire wasp. Isn't that what a mosquito is? Although mosquitoes aren't like hive
Those wasps
based.
won't be interfering with your harvest anymore.
Oh, thank you. Master Quinton would have had my head if I'd lost the crop. I'd say you've earned a reward. Our Gotan Green
I don't know.
features a
I think this game looks a lot better than The Witcher. Witcher 3 looks really like, well, okay, we're comparing a 2023 game to like a really 2015 game.
Vineyards were Master Quinton's idea.
But even the Witcher
He wanted
remake
to
doesn't
give
even look
bearers
that
a
much
place to
better.
work, a place where they'd be safe.
Well, he certainly seems to have done that here. I'm glad I could help.
I'll see that he hears of your kindness. And once this vintage is ripe for drinking, there'll be a glass or two raised in your honor.
Dying on the vines. We get fangs? Why are we getting a bunch of like weird fangs? I don't think so. See, honestly, I don't really care. RT doesn't really make the game for me. It's really the art style. If I don't like the way the characters look, or if I don't find the game itself looking good from an art direction standpoint, I don't really care how much RT's in the game. It's not going to look better to me. I mean, it's cool, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not saying Witcher 3 with RT looks bad. It's just like it's an older game and they've put like RT on it. So it's like, yeah, but it's also a modern game. And you take RT and you put it on a modern game. I don't think it doesn't add as much life to the game as like taking RT or path tracing and putting it on a really, really old game. Like, for example, Oblivion or Morrowind, like those old games with RT, or even like Final Fantasy 12. Imagine Final Fantasy 12 or 10 or even 13, although 13 is kind of a modern looking game like The Witcher. But yeah, like those games would look a whole lot better if they had like global illumination path tracing added, compared to a relatively modern game like The Witcher 3, because Witcher 3 is 2015. Witcher 3 is kind of like Final Fantasy 15 in terms of what its peers are, what its generation is.
It's over.
Man, where is Jill? Why is it just me and Torgal? Like, Clive and Torgal are doing all the fighting. Did she? Oh, she's not even with us. No wonder. Okay, so it's literally just Clive and the dog. There's an antelope. She's with Jack. That's funny.
There. North. The soldiers used to speak of a brothel. But that was north of the checkpoint. I hope the dame has friends in the south.
Wait a minute, whose castle is this? What is this? Eastwatch. Wait, hold on. I'm literally looking at it right now. It's somewhere up here. Royal Meadows? You posted an image in the Discord? Yeah, but see, that game's water literally looks like this game's water. Horizon Forbidden West has better looking water than Witcher 3 with RT and this game's water.
A moment, my lady.
A moment? I doubt you could afford even that much of my time. Branded.
My mistake.
No, mine. Upon reflection, you don't have the scent of a branded about you. The flowers. Otto always did know how to please me. More than Sid ever did anyway. Do you think you could please me, Clive?
How does she know his name?
You're the dame.
Let us leave such impersonal titles to my less preferred clientele. You can call me Isabel. Otto assured me I could trust you. I can trust you, can't I?
You can trust me, yes, but why would you?
Help you? Because that's what we do. Long ago, Sid did me a kindness when no one else would. I have never forgotten that. Without it, I would not be where I am today. And so, I make it a point to do the same whenever possible. Which brings us here. To the final obstacle between you and whatever it is you seek in the holy capital. I fear the guards are not likely to let a masterless bearer pass unmolested, unless...
Unless...
Unless, of course, his master deigned to appear. Yes, that will do nicely. But I shall expect a favor in return.
So she...
Wait, what?
So she's gonna help him get into the castle? By pretending to be his master? Because he's a branded, right? So he's basically a slave. And there's no way that a slave without their master is gonna be allowed into the royal or the imperial castle. So she's gonna pretend to be his master, I get it. So he can get past the guards.
Welcome, welcome.
Man, this Gaia blade, I think I already have one, but the Invictus sword, which was his father's sword, is way better. So far, I haven't had to replace my purples. All my, like, epic purples are, like, good enough.
Come back again.
The only thing about my purple is I don't know if I can upgrade it with the blacksmith. It looks a lot cooler than the other ones, too, right? Like, if we go to... Here, let's see what I've got. I got a Gaia blade. Gaia blade looks like this. It looks... See, it looks okay-ish. It looks almost like a blunt sword. And then I've got, I actually upgraded that one. I don't know why I have another one, unless I must have looted it from some chest or some monster dropped it or something. Stormcry. Stormcry is one of the best swords I got in the earlier game. Like, this is what I got from Garuda. After I killed Garuda, I got the sword. Well, actually, no, I didn't get the sword. I got a piece of Garuda that the blacksmith used to forge the sword. It was part of the recipe for crafting it. And then there was Braveheart, which was like the first epic that I got. This one's weird because it like floats on his back. Oh wait, no, it is actually attached to something. I thought for a second it was like floating. And then I think the first sword that I had was just a little infantry blade. Yeah, this one looks like... This one reminds me kind of like a Lord of the Rings sword. But then we have his father's sword, which he got later on from from that village that got basically slaughtered earlier. So you can use 2 swords, or that sword on his hip is just for show. Wait, he has a sword on his hip. Oh, you're right, he does have a sword on his hip. I think he can use it in certain moves. Like, he uses it as a secondary in some of his abilities. Which reminds me, I actually should try to learn some of the new ones. I really want to get this one, Aerial Blast, but I need 1,540 points, so I still need like about, you know, a little less than 100 points more than I can learn that one. So we got the Limit Break. I need to learn this. If I learn that, then I can't do... Well, I'll just change one of my other ones. So let me check. We don't have any more. Okay. Did I... How did I... Did I teleport? Or did I... I don't understand how I got across from the other place.
What the hell are you doing?
Tut tut. We cannot have people thinking I tolerate disobedience from my branded.
The men who gave me this are no more my masters than you are. But it's not as if I can hide it.
From the moment you acquired it, that brand has done naught but take. But today, it is going to give you exactly what you want. Just play along.
Madame, back to the Vale already?
But of course, we must make ready to welcome you, my dear.
And who might this be?
Why, my new escort. The streets aren't safe for a girl, what with all the royalists about.
Well, don't work him too hard.
Well, that rather depends on you now, doesn't it? I'll see you all at sunset.
Oi, hold up.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Another fucking branded. Well, you're lucky you're with the dame. Get out of my sight, filth.
They let him walk in there with that giant sword. They don't like him, and they let him walk in there with his giant sword.
That wasn't so bad.
Wasn't so bad. They might have recognized me.
But they didn't. And even if they had, they wouldn't have done anything about it. The gentlemen of the garrison are some of my best customers. We have an arrangement, as do you and I. Now, if you'd care to follow me, we can speak more at the Vale.
Doesn't seem like I have much of a choice.
Wait, so now am I... Oh, am I... Is this the capital?
I suppose you'll need it.
Think I might see you tonight?
Well, I don't know. I think we are kind of behind the... Or we're now outside of the PS4 generation. This year is the last year for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Because we've already seen games that have come out this year that don't... That basically are not made for PS4 and Xbox One. Like, this game's not made for PS4. Like, this game to me looks next gen. Or, well, I mean, okay, not next gen, current gen. It looks like a PS5 generation game. Wait a minute, I can actually go there? So this is North Reach. Oh, okay. Royal Meadows. So that's the...
Oriflamme, how many bearers suffer to keep your granaries full?
Man, that crystal's tall. He's not doing what he was told. He's running straight to the capital.
on. Back to the Fensmere.
Wait a minute, what's that tower? Wait, what? Are you serious? A chocobo attacking me?
You know what to do, boy.
I shoved the bird all the way over here. Oh, I made the others mad. Oh man, that bird's getting burnt. Poor bird. Poor chocobo. Why did those chocobos attack me? The PS5 can't handle RT correctly regardless. What does that have to do with next gen though? That has nothing to do with next generation. Just because a game doesn't leverage ray tracing doesn't mean that it's not next gen. And then no system can RT literally only works 5 what? No system can RT literally only works 5 meters from your character. The transition to conventional lighting looks horrible. I don't think you need RT to make a game look good. That's my opinion on it though. And then the 4080 and 4090 can handle. Okay, the 4080 and the 4090 are not like regular people's GPUs though. Like, the average gamer is not gonna spend that much money on a GPU. So, and that's the reason why people are so angry about the 4080. And that's why it's dead to so many people. Because historically, an 80 class GPU never costs that much money. So that's the reason why that card's kind of, you know, non-existent in most people's minds. And then the 4090 is just there as kind of a Halo product. But they're not... Oh, whoa, there's like a big dragon. It's a big dragon. So Kevin's right. No normal system can handle RT like today. Considering also what this is, like, okay, what are we doing here? Like, this game, this is 4K on a PlayStation 5. Now, granted, it's 1440p upscaled to 4K, but the actual resolution image is a 4K image. Now, regardless of what they did to do that, what sort of upscaling or whatever, it is a 4K image. So, no GPU today can handle max RT at 4K resolution. So when I say next generation to me, the target is 4K 60. 4K 60. If you can't do 4K 60, then, you know, that's a limitation of the hardware today. And pretty much every GPU has that limitation. Even the 4090. Go look at Forspoken with RT on the 4090. Or even go look at, like, Hogwarts Legacy at 4K resolution with the RT maxed. 4090 is not going to be doing that at a solid 60 all the time. So Kevin's right. Like, we're not there yet. We haven't maxed, like, next generation. But again, we're talking specifically about one graphical feature, in this case ray tracing, which is not in every single game. So, like, for example, Honkai Star Rail, that's a next-gen game. That came out this year. It's a 2023 release. It'll probably win Best Mobile Game of the Year. I just realized there's another crystal over there. There is literally another crystal in the distance there. I kind of want to know what that crystal is, actually. Where am I? So I am here, and I'm looking at the ocean this way. So is there a crystal in the northern lands that I don't know about? Or, wait, is that to the west? I'm guessing this is north. Sambrek is to the north. Yeah. So, like, this is north. So, and I'm like somewhere here, and I'm looking this way. So what is that? There is a crystal out there in the northern lands. It wasn't doing it all the time, though. I know which video you're talking about, and it wasn't doing 70 all the time. Hold on, what is this? 21?
You're not one of us. Stay down.
Wait, did I wake up a dragon? Oh, there's like a wyvern flying in the air. Oh boy. Oh boy, we have a dragon. I think I should not have... Well, we'll see. It depends on how many people come out of this garrison.
Sicko toggle.
Man, that move is so cool, but it's so hard to control, though. So I kind of think I want to switch back to my Phoenix moves. Yeah, the thing with RT though. The thing with RT is it's so inconsistent. It's so hard to like standardize around how to measure that because like Forspoken runs terribly with or without RT. Hogwarts Legacy is actually a lot better now with all the patches, but it was really hard at launch to do RT. It also didn't do things correctly with RT. Like I said earlier, like when Hogwarts Legacy first came out, I hope they fixed it, but like if the sun was the global illumination light source, you go into a bathroom in Hogwarts Legacy and all the stalls have the sun like shining through them onto the floor. So, and that's completely wrong because the wall is supposed to block that light source and it wasn't doing it. So those are the sort of like graphical issues that plague a lot of RT implementations when it comes to like the global illumination piece. The ray traced reflections, because I think that's a messed up reflection thing is what that was. Depends on how you define it though, but like, man, we've had these kind of discussions before. Like, path tracing is actually if you go by like the true definition, none of these games have like real RT. That's what I mean. It's so hard to like, it's so inconsistent to try to standardize ray tracing performance is what I'm saying. So that's why I don't really pay much attention to it. Eventually, it'll work itself out in the long run. It's just one of those things where it's like, man, what is this like? It's similar to like, man, what was that graphical effect that was in games back in like 2007? It's like tessellation. It's like tessellation back in like the late 2000s. Where tessellation used to be done in a rudimentary way, and then eventually what is that? A vulture.
Stay down.
I caught it. It was falling down. I threw a fireball at it. See, one thing I like about this game is they took the Devil May Cry, like, check this out, like, see? You can charge it up. Just like Nero charging up the Red Queen. I think it was the Red Queen. His sword's called Red Queen, right? In Devil May Cry 4 and 5. I like how you can charge it up. You can strengthen it. You hold it and you charge the sword. And then similarly, you can charge your fire spell. Because it's like fire, and then if you hold it down, it becomes Fira, which is basically fire level 2. I like that. That's the Final Fantasy. That's Final Fantasy in this game. Like that's combining.
Not much chance I'd make it through the Penitent's Gate without someone recognizing me as a deserter. Sid had better have a plan.
Hold up, if I try to take it now, will I take on like 100 guards or something? I like how they have these tall bushes conveniently here to hide me from the guards. Being able to see me trying to like illegally cross into the city. Oh wait, hold on. What was that? Oh, I got the fast travel. So there's a fast travel point here, Royal Meadows. Okay. Hold up, if I go along here, have I already been over there? Yeah, I think that was the tower. Right now, I think Cowboy put it best. I listened to Cowboy's review of this game, and he said like something to the. He basically said toward the end of his review that in his book, Game of the Year right now is between this game and the new Zelda game. Which is funny because both of those games are console exclusives. And he thinks those are the two best games that he's played this. Well, yeah, those are the two best games he's played this year. The new Zelda game and this game. That's saying a lot considering the Zelda game is a 30 FPS game only. So, yeah. So this game is some kind of proprietary technology, but man, Final Fantasy XIV, if it imports a lot of this into its engine or into its like rendering pipeline for the next iteration, for the next expansion, I think that game's gonna look really good. That might actually be the best MMO when that comes out. RT discussion are pointless without mentioning BVH count and what distance they stop the calculations. Witcher has solid RT for a few meters, but the cutoff point is so short that it can look horrible. But see, like, to me, this rendering of the water from a distance looks good. Like, this looks good. Now, when you get up close to it, it doesn't look that good. But the water, this water looks pretty good. But again, this is like the ocean, so you have the waves, you have the peaks of the waves, you have the troughs of the waves. So it kind of like creates that illusion of the water looking like that. And then with the sun as a light source, you know, you get the reflection off of the water. But this looks pretty good. But to me, like this game, I would say the colors look a little bit flat to me, but the textures though look really good. See, what makes this game next generation is if you look at his armor, for example, you can tell the difference in the material. Like you can tell the difference in the material because like look at his cape. His cape looks like cloth because it's like a matte textured finish. And then if you look at his like the shoulders, he has like a hoodie, but it's like a leather material. Maybe it's like a fake leather, but it's probably a leather. And he's got like leather pants, and he's got even down to like the little those rope like strap things on his chest. They're even moving around in the wind. So it's like this is next gen, because if you go back and you look at like older games, they don't have this sort of thing. Like you can't really tell the difference in the texture quality of the outfit. And then like the grass. Look at how the grass. It's hard for you guys. It's hard for me to do like a true comparison because what you guys are seeing is a compressed video stream on YouTube. You're not actually seeing this like in real time in front of you at full like uncompressed video quality, like the way I'm seeing it. But like, look at all those random particles that flew by because of the wind. Like those dandelion seeds or whatever that stuff was. See like those random particles that are like flying across? Like the wind. One thing I wish they could do in this game though was turn off the motion blur. Because the motion blur, see like if I pan the camera really, really slowly, there's no motion blur. But if I like move the camera at like the normal speed, then there's like this motion blur effect, which I don't like. That's the only thing I wish you could turn off in this game. But see, like the object density, the grass density, everything like looks full. Like you don't really see this in PS4 games. It's extremely rare in PS4 games where the object, and notice the other thing too is notice how his clothing, like the cloak, look at the sword. Okay, look at the wind. The wind is blowing and the cape is not clipping through the sword. See that? They actually have the sword as a solid object that the other, like the cape, can't pass through. Yeah. But this is how I can tell this is a next generation game, because it does things that you don't really see in older games. In particular, especially since it's a Square Enix game, the clipping. Like, I don't see a lot of random clipping of objects and clothing clipping through, like, or I don't see hair clipping through his collar. I don't see the cape clipping through the sword, or the sword clipping through the cape. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything has its own like collision detection boundary, or whatever you want to call it. So everything just looks good. Like, the game has a light map. You can see there's a light source, the sun, at this time of day. It's casting shadows. Notice how this column, now if we go over here, what I want to see is, does the column cast a shadow? See, so like, see? When I pass behind the column, notice how now he's in the light. And now if he goes behind the column, see how the lighting? See, so it has like a proper light map for its global illumination. Now it's a static light map. Raptors.
Excellent. Another fight.
This game has raptors. We got raptors by the lake. fire and wind combined. Oh, wait, actually, I want to check something. Do I have enough? Do I have enough? Oh, I can get the move now. What does this do? Summon a tornado that slowly hunts down nearby enemies and upon ensnaring them inflicts multiple hits. Yes, let's learn this. Alright. Aerial Blast. That's Garuda's ultimate. So actually I want to equip that. So let's Rook's Gambit, I never really liked that move. I should have changed that to Wicked Wheel like a long time ago. Now let's try Aerial Blast. The Fire Wheels, I don't really like it. I'm gonna try a different move. I like Heat Wave. I really like the Heat Wave move.
Now feel good, boy.
See, even the dog, even his hand didn't like clip through the dog's snout when he pet the dog just now. Alright, let me test this stuff out on these raptors.
Give me.
Alright, let's try the tornado. Yeah, okay, I can't see what I'm doing anymore. I can't tell what that tornado's. I can tell it's doing damage. I can barely see my target though. Wait, what's up here? It got really quiet all of a sudden. And I'm not able to run fast, so we're entering some other territory. Huh. It's like a church or a chapel. Ew, a hidden treasure chest. One thing about this game, though, like the clouds, I don't really see the clouds moving. I don't think the clouds move. I think they just change based off of scene transitions. That's the first time I saw him do, like, a somersault from falling from a high distance.
Has little to offer in the way of succor for your kind. You would do well to part quickly.
Let's see, these guys are leveraging a crystal for their magic.
All that glistening. You good for nothing.
That means the branded aren't normally around here. Oh, wait a minute, they have a branded right here? Yeah, they got a branded over here.
Buy, sell, or be gone.
Wait, what's this? Lionheart tunic. Or tonic. Gradually fills limit break gauge for 30 seconds. Okay, that's... That could be useful. How do I, One thing I haven't figured out how to do is how do I adjust what... Oh, here we go. Strength tonic. So I'm using stone skin tonic. Hold up, how do I... Oh, add to shortcuts? This one? It said I had one of those purple ones that build the limit break gauge. I thought it said I had one. Stone skin, strength. I'd actually buy that.
Buy, sell, or be gone.
Oh, no, okay, 0 out of 2. I can take 2 of them? I'm gonna grab 2 of them.
Go on, take it. Thanks for nothing.
Did he just say thanks for nothing, even though I bought 2 things from him?
It's my turn. Let me try. Come on, give it back. If my dad finds out, he'll clobber me.
What are they doing? They're using an earth crystal to levitate rocks. You know, the beginning of this battle theme...
That's enough.
The start of this battle theme makes me think of the battle theme from Final Fantasy VIII. It actually sounds a lot like Final Fantasy VIII's battle theme, at least the first part of it. Can I go up there? No.
Go on, back to the pens with you. I need you fit for the morrow's harvest.
This game makes me have to rethink all the games that I played this year and how I would rank them. So far, this game's the best one. Who would be the second best, though? I do like the Star Wars Jedi Survivor. I do like that game a lot. I like the Jedi game. The Last of Us is pretty good, although it's not really my type of game in terms of, like, I ended up getting it for free, so I'll play it because I did get it. Forspoken was not that great. Although, I don't know. I'll give Forspoken the benefit of the doubt. It is a unique game. It's just poorly executed. It's not a terrible game, but it's just not, like... It could have been a lot better for how long it was in development. Let's put it that way. Optimization issues aside, it at least tried to do something different. The combat system, it's a magic-based combat system. It's cool. It's action-oriented. The combat is actually very fast-paced. Like this game, it's faster than Hogwarts. I do like the Hogwarts game, though, a lot as well. I think Hogwarts, this game, and Star Wars Jedi Survivor are probably my top 3 favorite games that I've played this year. Not counting Honkai Star Rail, because that's unfair, because that's a you know, that's like a mobile perpetual game, live service game. So I can't really grade that on the same scale as these other games, but Wolong Fallen Dynasty was kind of disappointing. I thought it would be better than it actually was, and that's not a good thing. But it's not terrible though. It's just kind of disappointing. Like, I had more fun playing Neo 2 and Elden Ring, and even Stranger of Paradise I found more fun than Wolong. I don't know, Wolong just got really kind of stale, the gameplay. This is still a solid action game, though. And then Fatal Frame, Mask of the Lunar Eclipse, that was a really good game too. That's not like a new... I mean, that's just a remaster of an old Nintendo Switch... Or no, Nintendo Wii. Nintendo Wii classic.
What are you bleeding shit-a-bed bearer?
Wait a minute, are these... They're not gonna, like, fight me or something if I talk to them, right? Oh, I didn't go over here. I try to, like, scout out and take all the treasure while I can, so I don't have to go back. Oh wait, there's some... Am I gonna have to fight them if I come across those guys? Probably have to fight those soldiers too. Yeah. They'll aggro to me if they see me. See, there's a crystal out there. There's another crystal out there. Worgens. These are Worgen. Oh, Woldhound and Worgens. What? That was it? That was all of them? I feel like I only killed like 2 of them. Did Torgal kill the rest of them? You never know if there's like a hidden cave or a dungeon or something on the side. Oh wait, yeah, there's something over there. What's that? Man, Torgal like took that thing down. He like jumped up and just destroyed that thing.
It's the same as the one back at the hideaway. Doesn't seem to be working though.
See, another Fallen Ruins object. This is what I'm talking about. They have like the ancient theme in this game, just like 7. That's lame, so this doesn't work. Hold up, where am I? This is here. The Hand of Mimas. Are those little like destination points on the map? Are those points of interest? Like in Hogwarts? Wait, there's like a big dragon over there. Try to not mess with that guy right now. Yeah, it's like there's something up here.
You're not welcome here.
I like how he just like
Stay down.
pushes those 3 along and then they just... Oh wait, I messed that up and I got hit by the other guy.
You know what to do, boy. That's enough. Don't let them get away.
Whoa, that he launched the Legionnaire in the air? The dog like knocked him in the air.
Must I do everything around here? Stay down.
He's got the scorpion. Oh, this is it. Here comes the tornado. I can't even get to him. He's like stuck in the tornado.
It's over. Finished.
All this crafting material. Alright. Is there anything in there? No. Is this a point of interest? See, it's got like the little... Oh, West Watch. Okay, they do have names. Baywatch. West Watch Imperial Training Ground. There's a shop, more unnamed chapel. Okay, so I think I pretty much scouted out the area.
What are you playing at, Brandon?
Push them all the way to the mountain wall. Man, Torgal just like killed the bat thing that was in the air. I didn't even get to see that thing do anything. The other thing, too, that's worth mentioning, though, about this game, like, I know we were comparing it to Witcher 3 earlier. Keep in mind that if you're comparing, like, the Witcher 3 on PC, you're comparing Witcher 3 on PC to Final Fantasy 16 on a console. So, I mean, when this game comes out on PC, then the comparisons will be more fair. So, I think the... Like, is Witcher 3 Remake on PlayStation 5? Because that's what I would compare with this game. for an accurate image comparison. So like since I doubt Witcher 3 on PS5 looks better than Final Fantasy 16. Because we'll see how this game looks on PC when it comes out, and how that compares to The Witcher. Whoa, there's like some weird birds up there.
My wounds, boy.
Oh, he can't heal. When I lose my green health, I can't get it back. Without an actual... Oh, so... I don't know about this tornado move. This tornado move actually makes it really hard to see what's going on. It's a very destructive move. It lasts a really long time too. It's a good move, but it's... I guess it's good against a lot of lightweight, smaller enemies and flyers. It's probably test it out on those birds over there and see how well it does. It takes a long time to charge up though. It's already pretty late. Oh wow, I didn't even realize I've been streaming for 3.5 hours already. I guess... Alright, I guess this is a good stopping point. Actually, what I want to do... Let's go back here. Yeah, I didn't realize it was so late.
I heard Otto barking at his mother.
Yes?
Does she have any of the new...
Be quick about it.
I just wanted to check one thing. We're probably going to end the stream.
Make it quick. Not saying Fornian, do you?
Whoa, this thing's really good. This is way better than the one that I have. Flame Tongue. And I can actually make it because I have a storm. Oh, it upgrades my storm cry. You have to have a wind shard to make storm cry. So I can upgrade this to flame tongue. That's 180. That's another purple. Right now my weapon's attack and stun is like 150. This is a significantly higher because it's like I went from where's my thing? Gear. Oh, 165. Okay, that's to 180. I went from 150 to 165. That's like a 15-point jump in attack on the weapon. That one 180, so that's like another 15-point jump. Okay. Is he trying to tell the blacksmith how to do his job as a Moogle? A Moogle's trying to tell a blacksmith how to do his job.
Clive, was it?
Young had so many uses.
Good day. Or...
All right.
If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
Okay, I think that's a good stopping point for the stream. Overall, it would be nice to get this game on PC. It is what it is. It is an exclusive on PlayStation 5 for now. But probably sometime in the second half of next year, I expect the PC version to be available. We're just going to be having to wait for like a year at minimum. Which is unfortunate because I'd like to play this game on PC, but it does give me like a whole year to wait for the PC version and then play it again, I guess. Do like a speed run or whatever. And see what it really looks like at full native 4K, maxed out, high FPS. So anyway, guys, thanks for stopping by and checking out the stream. So far, this game is really good. It's probably the best game that I've played all year. So I'm definitely going to be putting a lot of effort into trying to finish this game. So hope you guys found this stream somewhat entertaining, and I will be back with more Final Fantasy XVI next time. Until then, take care. Thanks.